Again, if I ever find the time, I'm interested in helping you do it if we ever find the time for that.
I mean, I would gladly volunteer to help with that because I actually really like being able to do voices and stuff in streams and help and commenting on games because I really like them.
Speaking of, hello everyone, and welcome back to Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. We're jumping into a new chapter today.
I'm gonna need to get aid from an attorney for the Pokemon fan game I remembered existing.
Who the fuck is Frey?
Who the
fuck is Frey?
Who is Frey?
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Tyrion. There were so many things that I wanted to tell you. So many things that I wanted to show you. But I'm afraid that I can't do that now. I need you to be strong now. This world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving. But I've seen you. I know how bright the light within you is. Use my eyes. Peer beyond the divine gate as I once did. Use it to acclaim the future.
The origins of Horus.
Oh.
The origins, if you will. Please
I
don't.
won't!
The origins of heresy. It's time for heresy.
Completely and utterly preposterous.
Oh.
Von Sanctus.
Perfect voice, Pokemon. Couldn't have landed it any more on point.
I was good.
Oh.
Good. Wonderful.
Is something wrong, Lord Von Sanctus?
You
You might need to turn voice suppression off.
Right. Sorry.
You're all good. It's just Discord's eating you otherwise.
Discord likes to take my words like a fine dining experience. That's right. You're just a cheat and a charlatan. Whoa, that is a very different face.
Do you
Yes.
have any evidence to prove that ridiculous claim?
I mastered chess before you could crawl out of whatever rat hole you came from. Do you honestly expect anyone to believe that you could defeat me?
Honestly, I'm just as disappointed as you are. I was expecting more of a challenge from House Von Sanctus. But I suppose all the gold in the world can't buy you a modicum of skill.
You little upstart!
Oh my god, it's the whole Magnus von Carlsen thing.
Von Sanctus's acquaintance clears his throat and gestures subtly to the crowd of spectators. Everyone's attention is on him, and you can see the crowd muttering amongst themselves. His undignified behavior probably isn't doing any favors for his public image. Realizing himself, he tries to regain his composure.
It's preposterous.
He walks away, muttering the word preposterous under his breath a few more times. Sounds like he's trying to reassure himself more than anyone else.
His volume is steadily growing the further he gets away.
So, that was something.
Yeah, I knew he'd get angry, but I didn't expect him to make a scene like that.
Well, you did insult him. Not to say that he didn't deserve it.
Come on. I love seeing these conceited nobles lose their minds when I beat them. It's half the fun of playing in these tournaments.
Wow. Where's the confidence when we're in the courthouse? When we are the courthouse, oh my word.
When we are the courthouse.
Do you want to try that one again, Celeste? Anyways, court cases are different. I have to deal with real-world elements during a trial. And that includes Prosecutor Steelwind.
Who can control the elements?
Prosecutor Steelwind, huh? I wonder if she plays chess.
Now there's a thought. You wonder if she'll be willing to play against you sometimes. Can't be any worse than these pampered nobles.
They only play checkers.
Anyways, we should celebrate somewhere in town. Even if he was a pushover, you just beat one of the top-ranked chess players in the kingdom.
To be honest, you had your reservations about returning to the city of Aranax. If If you weren't facing one of the 4 pillars, you would have never come back here. You'd rather leave this city as soon as possible.
I only play bullet chess.
Bullet chess, what?
It's a format where each player has 1 minute to make all their moves.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I just play logic chess.
I just play checkers.
Bullet chess is also the one
I-
where you gain 5 seconds every time you stop the clock, right?
Well, hold up.
I'll look it up. Go for
Yeah.
now. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I saw a cafe while we were walking around. The food smelled great. I'd really like to go there.
We could always go to one of the cafes in the capital. There are plenty of places to choose from there.
Trust me, I've traveled around the world. There's nothing better than food from a thriving port city.
I'm sorry, is
Alright.
that the statue of an aviator?
It looks like
no.
it, yeah. Alright, I suppose there's no harm in staying a little longer. He does have a point. City streets seem livelier than when you last saw them. You see a lot of businesses that weren't here before, and they all seem to be very well off. Despite being a port city, Aranax used to look like a ghost town. Has the local nobility been investing in the city? You find that possibility very hard to believe. Yeah, no, it looks like it's like an explorer or maybe like the founder or something. You arrive at the cafe that Celeste had told you about. As you enter, you're struck by a powerful aroma of freshly baked pastries and coffee. The scent of baked goods swirls around you. You take a moment to inhale the enticing smells.
I'm already hungry. Don't make it worse.
You have to admit that it's making you
Make
very
her
hungry.
Make her hungry.
There's literally nothing to eat. I can't.
What is that?
So, you seek to enter the domain of the Deathbringer songstress.
Oh my god!
Well, if glory is what
Oh my gosh, it's
you
Mega
look
Mean.
no further.
It's Mega Mean.
It's a fucking
For you
Judy.
stand before Mosurika Tudor, Dark Lord of Aranax.
Toodle.
Full on fucking Chunibyo. Love it.
It is Mega Mean. Oh my word.
Listen, I
Oh,
read that
God.
first sentence and I knew exactly how I should do the voice.
Yep. As you head further into the cafe, you're approached by a familiar face. Familiar? Hello.
I keep cheating you out of your money.
Rika, is that you?
It appears my reputation precedes me. How good of you to... Wait. You're Tyrion.
Aww.
You're back.
Hi.
You... Why didn't you tell anyone you were back in town?
Oh, I love her.
Do you have any idea how worried we've all been?
Do you two know each other?
Right. Celeste, this is also Eureka Tudor? Did I say that correctly?
Tutor?
Tutor.
Well, I think
I
it's
don't think
Tudor.
that was the part he was questioning.
Tudor. It's technically, it depends on what accent it's meant to be pronounced with. Just read.
Did I just typecast myself as another childhood friend?
I think so, yes.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Read.
what you get for
Read,
jumping
ye
in, man.
bastard.
Moso Eureka. Yeah, I think so. Mosorika? I think it's Sorika. I was friends with her when I lived here many years ago.
Wait, you used to live here?
Yeah. Aranax is actually the town I grew up in.
What? But you were in such a hurry to leave before.
Mhm. You came here to eat, right? If you're still hungry, I can bring you some of our best dishes on the house.
No, I couldn't possibly.
Come on, don't be like that. Been years since I've seen you. And you know how good my food is.
Okay, but only for a little while. Rika sets a table for the 3 of you and calls over a waiter. You all place your orders.
Now, tell me everything. I want to know all about what you've been doing since you left.
We just leave.
Present the badge.
Oh, yes, of course.
So, are you going to introduce us?
Right. This is Celeste McCoy. She's my bodyguard.
Bodyguard.
And Celeste, this is...
As if I need introductions. I am Mosorika Tudor, Dark Lord of Aranax, High Archmagi of the Cadium Flames, and the proud proprietor of this cafe.
Oh, okay.
I was friends with her when I used to live here. She's a little eccentric, but she's a good person at heart.
Hey!
She's also a common folk mage like you.
Ah, so you come from the same humble beginnings that I do. Which spells have you mastered?
I haven't really mastered any of them. I know about 7 spells, though.
7? That's almost 4 times the amount that I know.
So she knows 2. She's learned even
2.
4
Right.
spells? He's been picking them up rather quickly.
I only need the 1 spell.
I've been usurped. I need to turn on my fan. I'll be
Also,
just a second.
this proves that I am a defense attorney. Alright.
Obviously, they're beneath her.
Look at you, Mr. Big Shot. You're wearing a suit now. You even have a bodyguard. Did you get an office job in the big city?
Something like that.
Technically, yes.
I'm actually a defense attorney now.
A defense attorney. I see. Is that why you left the town with that scary lady?
Scary lady? Are you talking about Ruby?
Miss Tamora adopted me when my mother passed several years ago. After that, she began training me to become an attorney like her.
Wait, you've been studying to be an attorney since you were a kid? Oh, I guess that explains why you're so young for a lawyer.
Said the 19-year-old mercenary.
Yeah, I guess you got me there.
Are you the owner of the Cafe Rika? You always spoke about opening one when we were kids.
Yep, and it's all thanks to the Dracogen Trading Company. The company's owner invested in my business idea after trying my food. Because of him, I was able to open up here, just like I've always dreamed.
Dracogen Trading Company? I don't think I've heard of them.
They're pretty small right now, and they're only operating in Aranax. But I hear they're planning to expand their operations throughout Wyverngard.
But I would have thought that Lord Von Sanctus would have weeded out any competition. After all, he owns one of the largest businesses in the kingdom.
Lord Von Sanctus? Isn't he that pompous noble that I beat in chess tournament this morning?
Wait, that was you?
I didn't even know he was a businessman.
Von Sanctus Industries invented those arcane constructs that we saw at the Imperial Academy. How do you not know about these things? You practically fight against nobles for a living.
Maybe you should start reading more about national politics. Is it just me, or does the city look less depressing than before?
Oh right, you left the city before the new merchants appeared.
New merchants? Like, from a merchant's guild?
Yeah, Dracogen Trading Company was one of the first ones. They started operating here and bought the Arcane Refinery a few years ago. After that, merchants from all over Wyverngard started coming.
Well, being based in a port city would definitely give them an edge.
And their presence has really helped the city's economy. They aren't owned by the nobility, and they pay their employees a lot more than Von Sanctus does. Ah, so they're just straight up better people than, like, most of the United States.
I'm reserving
Okay.
judgment.
It's all the.
I'm
it's all the
reserving
versus
judgment.
Lord.
So far.
Reserve your
So
judgment.
far.
Listen, these might be bad dragons.
Stop.
Shut the fuck. Okay, no, goodbye.
Listen, all I hear is that they pay their employees better.
Yes.
That's already a start.
I mean, it's a good look. I'm not gonna lie, it's a
Was
good
my-
look. But this is a
But
fucking Ace
yeah.
Attorney style game. I'm gonna reserve judgment.
Yeah, fair enough. It's really improved the quality of life for the people here.
I doubt Von Sank disappreciates the competition, though.
There's even talk about forming employee-run unions.
Oh, Von Sanctus definitely won't appreciate that.
Good.
How do you know what a union is?
Actually, yeah, no. How do they know what a union is?
It's like modern fantasy.
Yeah.
How do they have full modern day tuxedos? And
Look, we have fucking artificery in this game, and
Listen.
you're caught up on how they know what a union is.
Yes,
Well,
because
yeah,
we also have guilds.
yeah, we have
Yeah.
guilds, which would be which predate unions.
they just use it in tandem with company.
They're-
Which doesn't make
guilds
sense because
still
guilds
exist.
are union.
Guilds still exist today, yeah.
I know, but they're not companies. They're their own thing. They're basically proto unions.
You are
Yeah.
thinking way too hard on the.
Well,
on
do
the
you
thing
like to play
where,
chess?
where we have to use prestidigitation to prove someone killed a man?
Answer the question. Do you play chess?
You
So,
know
you still
what you
play
signed up for
chess?
joining this stream.
Yeah, I'm nationally ranked too.
I heard that an upstart commoner defeated Lord Von Sanctus at a tournament this morning. But I had no idea they were talking about you.
Upstart commoner.
The name suits you, Tyrion.
Hey, do you still do that thing when you play?
No.
What thing?
Nothing. She's not talking about anything.
Wait, you're actually embarrassed about it? When we were kids, you did it even more than I did.
What? What did he used to do?
Why don't you show her, Tyrion?
I'd rather not.
Come on, show us, Tyrion.
Presents.
thing?
No.
I'm a little too old for this.
You're never too old to tap into your inner Junie.
Oh dear God.
Unironically
Do
saying
it,
it.
Tyrion!
Yeah, do it.
The two of them begin chanting,
Do
trying to
it,
pressure
do it.
you.
Do it! Do it! Do
Do
it!
it. Do it.
Do it.
It draws the
Do
attention of
it.
the other patrons in the cafe. They don't seem
Do
to
it.
care about the confused looks they're getting. It seems you don't have a choice. You take in a deep breath. Those who stand in the shadows, those who fear the light of divinity, your Imperials will fall and your armies will perish! Kneel and cower before the divine gaze of the Eye of Horus!
Fucking hell.
Right?
They're trying their
fucking
hardest to contain
weird.
their laughter. Well, that's why I don't do it anymore!
No, that was great. It was really cool, Tyrion.
Her poorly contained laughs are coming out between each word. Why are you laughing? You were just doing it a moment ago!
Yeah, but she owns it.
Ugh.
You used to say something else before, too. I won't let anyone stand in my way, even if they're...
A man, king, or god?
Yeah, that's it!
He still says that sometimes.
Oh, looks like our order is here.
A waiter brings in the lunch special for each of you. The enticing aroma of the meals makes you salivate.
Stop
a
it!
little. You gladly devour the meal. Mika's cooking is just as delicious as you remembered. You spend some more time catching up with her while you finish your meal. As your conversation continues, you and Celeste regale her with stories of your past court cases.
No, really?
Yep. It turned out that it was the headmaster the entire time.
Wow, I never would have figured that out. How did you know, Tyrion?
Maybe he saw it with his eye of Horus.
You nearly choke on your drink before you realize what she's actually referring to.
Oh, wow, I can't believe it. I never thought court cases could be that dramatic.
You finish your meal as you continue to tell Rika more about your cases. It's nice being able to talk with her again.
And about how the fact you can't pay for this meal.
You tried so hard to leave everything behind after what happened, but you're happy that she seems to be doing well. Well, it's been nice catching up with you, Rika, but I think it's time for us to get going.
What? But we just got here.
We've been here for an hour. No, I'm kidding. It's okay. I'm sure you're pretty busy nowadays. I won't keep you any longer. But be sure to write, okay?
Sure would be
Or-
inconvenient if there was a murder in the city and we had to defend Rika.
It'd be even worse if Rika was the one murdered.
Go and disappear like last time.
Yeah, I'll stay in touch.
You better.
That would be, honestly, kind of a twist in this kind of game. But I'd be down for it, honestly. You exit the cafe and make your way to the local merchants guild to rent a carriage. The city streets seem a bit more crowded than usual. It's a little difficult to make your way through them.
Hey, Tyrion.
Yeah? Celeste is fidgeting with her hands. She looks like she wants to say something, but every time she starts to speak, she quickly stops herself. This happens a few more times before she gives up.
Never mind, it's nothing.
Okay. You both continue to walk silently as you make your way to the Merchants Guild. As you make your way there, the streets become more and more crowded. I hope the traffic won't interfere with a ride home.
Hi, could we rent a carriage for travel to... I didn't see the rest of that bitch!
Rathholm.
Ratham?
Sorry, but travel outside of the city is temporarily closed.
What? Why?
Haven't you heard? The Knights of Kingsguard have locked down the city. They set up a blockade and everything. Check the city gates if you don't believe me.
What the... As you arrive at the city gates, you see the blockade that the merchant was talking about. A crowd of disgruntled townsfolk are angrily shouting at the knights stationed there.
This is outrageous!
How long do you plan on keeping us here?
Sorry, but we have our orders. We can't let anyone outside of the city until our investigation is complete.
There's an investigation? Did something happen? Can't you at least tell us what's going on? Why is the entire city being blockaded?
Sorry, sir, we're not allowed to release that information. You'll just have to make other arrangements while we sort this out. Actually, I haven't seen you two around before. We'll need to take down your names and occupations for our records.
What? Why?
It's fine, Celeste. We're better off just cooperating with them. It's an invasion of privacy, but you'd rather not resist orders from the Kingsguard. I'm Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm a defense attorney.
Fine. I'm Celeste McCoy, bodyguard.
Thanks.
You look over to the Kingsguard. They seem to be taking notes of people here, too. They must be making a list of everyone inside the city. But for what reason?
I have an important engagement tomorrow. What am I supposed to do now?
It can't possibly be legal.
The townsfolk continue shouting at the knights, but it's clear they won't be budging anytime soon.
Really showing off that higher vocabulary there, Curb.
What do we do now?
You notice that it's starting to get late. We don't know how long the city will be blockaded. We should find a place to stay overnight, just in case. What a very familiar looking tavern we found.
Oh wait, no, it's completely different. See, there's no paintings on the wall.
Shit, you right. You walk into a nearby tavern and see it absolutely crowded with patrons.
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
Getting blasted.
Hi, welcome to the Eggwin Tavern. What can I do for you?
We get 2
I can't
rooms for
take
the
you
night.
seriously.
That's the point. Sorry, I can't even spare one room. We're completely full with the blockade and all.
Wait, let me take care of this.
Celeste takes out a large pouch of gold and plops it in the innkeeper's desk.
Well, would you look at that? One of our rooms just opened up.
Only one.
Hey, the entire city's locked down. Even with your gold, that's the best I could do for you.
What? Embarrassed to share a room with me, Tyrion?
No, it's just... You realize she's just teasing you like she usually does. Best not to give it any mind. Well, it's better than nothing.
Just be like I, go sit out in a tree.
So,
Seriously.
how should we...
Oh, I was just kidding before. You can have the bed. I'll just sleep on the floor.
What?
No.
Wait, I can't just let you...
Please, we may both be commoners, but you live a cushy life in the city. I'm a mercenary. I've lived on the road for years. I sleep like this all the time. She's literally me.
She's got you there.
Don't sleep on a wooden
She's
floor.
me for real, for real.
Alright, but tell me if you change your mind.
Yeah.
Hey, she's got a bearskin rug on the floor. It's fine.
I used to be able to sleep everywhere, and now I sleep in a bed that's too soft, and I get fucking.
Hey, war boss.
Oh, yes.
Didn't see you there.
Me there. I was just,
Min, do you want this for now?
Just walk past him.
what?
Oh, no. Okay, never mind. I know who that is.
Quit shoving me.
Took me a second.
Wait, whoa. Holy crap, pull me up. I can't hold on for much longer.
Ah, you idiot. What are you doing?
What?
Grab his arm and pull him up.
Oh god, me arm! What the hell are you doing?
Grip is too tight. Stop that.
Oh god, me hand!
Wait, I can still...
Well,
No.
Oh,
No,
it's the
no!
Joker.
What happened? I should have been able to... Ah, the scaled lord. He fell in. No, I can use this. That's right. I can still make this look like it was all his fault.
oh
Would you like to
boy.
save your progress?
Frank saw it?
Did this guy just fucking let someone fall off a building and is like, oh, I can use this to frame someone
Yes.
as
no,
a building pusher?
I mean, he fell into liquid, so I'm getting a origin of the Joker.
And the thing is, he got his hand broken, or his arm at least.
You find yourself falling into a nightmare.
Ruby.
Tyrion, I'm so sorry. I can't believe they just made you watch. Are you okay?
Oh my god, did they execute his fucking mother? Jesus Christ. Oh no.
Dang, things are getting dark.
Oh
Of
no.
course not.
We don't know. Calm down. It might have been his father.
Shut the fuck up!
Are you going to keep fighting them? Your voice is quiet. The question barely comes out as a whisper.
What?
Are you going to keep fighting the nobility?
I don't know if I can anymore. Today they showed me what they're truly capable of. I was naive. Thought the truth would prevail, but only one person. I can't do this alone anymore.
So you're just gonna give up? You're the only one who will fight against them. If you're just gonna give up, then is my mother's death truly pointless?
Hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they killed his mom.
Teach me how to be like
Made
you.
him watch.
What?
You said you can't do this alone anymore, right? So teach me how to be a defense attorney. I can help you. We can fight them together.
Tyrion, you're just a child. I can't just...
Miss Timora, please! I don't have anything left. Please just take me away from here. You clutch your hand tightly, feeling the fading warmth of the final message that your mother left for you. It's the last comforting memory you'll ever have of her. It's a memory that you'll never experience again. Mom.
Tickety-clack, clickety-clack.
You were startled awake. After some confusion, you realized that it was all a dream. You didn't have any trouble falling asleep, but your slumber was less than restful. It's been a while since you remembered that day. That's all the more reason to leave the city as soon as possible. Celeste, are you up?
Huh?
Celeste was wistfully staring out the window, watching the rain.
I have not seen this.
No, this is a cute portrait.
I adore this.
Her head whips
Love
towards
this.
you when she realizes that you're awake. You okay? What's wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing. He wasn't awake, was he?
She doesn't seem keen on sharing. It'd be best not to pry.
You better not
Anyways,
be doing weird
You know if the
things.
city is still under lockdown? I get the feeling she was like singing or something.
Maybe.
I haven't checked yet. I was waiting for you to wake up.
Fiona singing at the window and the bird
Yeah.
blows up.
It's kind of what I'm thinking, yeah. You go outside and check on the city gates. The blockade
There's feathers
hasn't
on the
disappeared. In fact, it looks like it's more fortified with even more knights.
Looks like... Oh, that.
Looks like we can't leave yet.
I almost stole that,
They've
sorry.
even doubled down on the guards. What's going on here?
Tyrion!
You spot
hoping
Rika
to
in
steal
the
that
distance
back.
as she calls out to you. As soon as she sees you, she breaks out into full sprint towards you. She looks exhausted. Has she been looking for you in the rain?
Tyrion, it's terrible. There was an accident at the Arcane Refinery last night. One of my friends who worked there, he fell into a vat of chemicals.
What was that about the
Oh,
fucking
no.
Joker thing?
Well, is he a lot? No, hold up. He might not be the Joker. He might still be dead.
Half of his body is completely burned
he's
to
dead.
crisp.
Oh, he's Two-Face! Thank God!
He's dead.
Oh, he's
He's
dead.
He's not Two-Face. He's Gus Fring.
Gus Fring.
Oh, Rika. I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do...
Lord Von Sanctus is blaming the Dracogen Trading Company. He's trying to charge the owner with criminal negligence.
As the lord of this region, Von Sanctus would have a lot of leverage in a legal battle like this.
It was Von Sanctus, I'm sure of it.
That's
Or
kind
at
of
least,
the most
that's
obvious
one of-
conclusion so far. He must be using this accident as an opportunity to oust Dracogen from his territory.
Tyrion, you're a lawyer, aren't you? Can you help them?
I don't think I can.
What?
Rika, I specialize in homicide cases. Most of my clients are mages who've been charged with murder. I've never even tried a case like this before. There isn't any magic involved, and there's no killer. Don't worry, I'm sure the Dracogen Trading Company knows plenty of qualified attorneys who can help.
Warboss,
I'm not
can you
so
please
sure
meet-
about that.
Yeah, Warboss, please.
Your clickety clackety is my ears at attackety.
clickety clack down the track. It's lots and lots of trains. You shut up.
Think about it. A lord from one of the four pillar families is pressing those charges. Do you honestly think anyone else will try to fight them on this?
She has a point. There aren't many attorneys who will go against the nobility under any circumstances. The only ones who will do that are you and Miss Tamara. Alright, I'll see what I can do. But please don't get your hopes up. I have very little information to work with right now, and to be perfectly honest, I'm really out of my element.
That's okay. I'm sure Mr. Dracogen will take any help he can get.
Mr. Dracogen?
He's the owner of Dracogen Trading Company, if you couldn't fucking tell. He should be at the old Arcane Refinery right now.
That must be the scene of the accident, too. It would probably be best to start your investigation there.
Been away for the shop for too long, so I can't come with you. But drop by the cafe if there's anything I can do to help.
You follow Rika's directions and move through the city's industrial section. Ooh. It reminds you of your childhood, back when you couldn't control the Eye of Horus. You always avoided this part of the city. It was always covered with an overwhelming fog of misery and fatigue. However, you feel less of that now. Is it because you have more control over your powers, or has something else changed?
And a union is what concerns you when we have maps like this.
You arrive at a refinery and see that there aren't many people around. The few people you do see appear to be from the City Watch. Operations must be halted after the accident.
Wow, so this is an arcane refinery?
I always saw this place as a child, but I never really understood what they do here.
Those machines refine the arcane crystals that are used in artificery. Those crystals are used as a power source for conducting magical energy.
Do you think it's a good idea?
Spot a especially frustrated individual. Oh my god. Man, I don't think I've seen a more you character. Seems to stand out from the knights and cleaning staff. Could he be the guildmaster Rika spoke of? He takes notice of you as you head further into the refinery.
Dear God, it's one of the 7 dwarves. Dear
Hello there. You must be the attorney that Miss Tudor spoke about.
A dwarf mixed with, like, fucking Dr. Light kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I am. I take it you're the guildmaster of the Dracogen Trading Company.
Yes. My name is Stefanik Dracogen. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. I really appreciate you lending your aid in this matter.
I already told Rika this, but I've never tried a civil case before. I would need to learn more about what happened before I can decide whether or not I can represent you. I'm honestly not sure how much help I can be.
Well, there isn't a single attorney in Ornax that will represent me. So I'll accept whatever help I can get.
Celeste was right. All the attorneys are too afraid to stand against Lord Von Sanctus.
Where should we start, though? This case is probably different from the homicides that we're used to.
Homicide or not, the cases revolve around wrongful death. If I did represent Dracogen, I would need to prove that he wasn't at fault for the accident. To do that, I should start by finding out exactly how and why the accident occurred. We should also question the witness who saw the victim when it happened. And it wouldn't hurt to take a look at the scene of the accident either. The Guildmaster would have a lot of knowledge about the refinery's operations. Questioning him would also give you some insight as to what happened. But first, this proves that I am an attorney of the arcane. Nope, okay.
Company that made this, or crowdfunders that made this. You had one job. Have everybody comment about the attorney's badge. And instead, you did the exact opposite.
Yeah, it's a
Terrible
bit of a
game,
shame.
1 out of 10.
Terrible game, 10 out of 10.
I said 1 out of 10.
Oh, okay. To start, could you tell us exactly what happened?
Well, it all began during the work rush yesterday evening. One of my employees fell from the walkway and into a vat of magical chemicals. Those chemicals contain extremely volatile and destructive evocation magic. Because of that, he unfortunately died before we could have pulled him out.
I see. But that all just sounds like an unfortunate accident. Why is Lord Von Sanctus blaming you for what happened?
There are guardrails in the walkways to prevent people from falling. Supposedly, those guardrails broke apart, and that employee tried to lean against it. According to Von Sanctus, the accident was a direct result of my negligence to maintain the refinery. But my employees have taken great care to inspect and maintain the facilities. I have no idea how this happened.
Is he telling the truth? This could all just be lip service. The only way to know for sure is to inspect the walkway yourself. Earlier, you said the victim was an employee of yours. Could you tell us more about them?
Yes, I hired him just a few months ago. It's a shame what happened to him. He was a young man named Justin Way.
Was he a good employee?
I don't know, he was just in the way.
Yeah, I caught that as well.
He was a hard worker, and he was a bit rough around the edges when he first started. Before working for me, I heard that he'd always spent his time with the local delinquents. Miss Tudor practically begged me to hire him. She told me that she wanted to turn his life around.
That does sound like something Rika would do. She always had a habit of getting involved in her friend's personal business. Oh, that's unfortunate.
When you live a life like Justin's, it helps when you have something to give you some structure and direction. So I decided to give the boy a chance by hiring him. He was clearly a hard worker, did well to earn his keep. He always followed the rules, too, so I have no idea why he was up in that walkway.
Wait, he wasn't supposed to be on the walkway? Yep. There's actually a couple pun names in this game so far. There's been quite a few.
But, like, to the point of classic Ace Attorney?
Earlier you mentioned that Justin wasn't supposed to be on the walkway. What did you mean by that?
Well, Justin worked in an entirely different department. He was part of a team that managed packaging and freight. He had no business being inside the refinery building, much less the upper walkway.
That's strange to say the least. Was he the type of person to wander around places he's not supposed to?
No, like I said before, he always followed my rules. It all just makes this whole situation that much more confusing.
Was there anyone around when the accident occurred? Did anyone see Justin fall?
There were many employees here at the time, but there were only a handful of witnesses who actually saw Justin fall from the walkway.
Who were these witnesses?
If I remember correctly, Miss Tudor was the one who saw him fall.
Oof. Wait, Rika was there when it happened?
Yes, she witnessed the accident alongside the harbor master.
Morrison.
Oh, you're acquainted with him?
I am. Morrison was close friends with your mother when you were a child. But after you left Aranax, you went out of your way to cut contact with everyone from your past. But what were all these people doing here in the first place? Rika's a cafe owner and Morrison is a harbor master.
I'm a little concerned about that myself. I'm still unsure about Miss Tudor, but the harbor master was accompanied by a nobleman of some sort.
A nobleman?
I'm not privy to the specifics, but apparently that nobleman had the legal authority to go wherever he wanted to.
You'll want to ask Morrison more about that. But it will be awkward to speak with him after all these years.
So, Rika was here when the accident occurred, supposedly. And she's corroborating that he fell in, like the railings gave way, and not that something caused him to fall in. That's
Fair enough.
That's definitely
Seems
odd.
like that's pretty much it. Cool. Alright, well, I guess we'll go to the harbor then, huh? Oh, we should go up here. There we go.
Also, I know it. Oh.
Oh.
Mitty.
Tyrion, do you need me to scan for magical traces?
Well, there aren't any magical elements in this case. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to check.
Alright.
Repario Arcanum.
Oh,
What?
what's wrong?
There are traces of transmutation all over the guardrails.
Transmutation? You see those traces anywhere else on the walkway?
No, it's only this area.
Yeah, this area looks super rusted as well. So, like, somebody like aged the entire railway to, or the entire guardrail to age it.
Also, wee woo, danger zone.
Transmutation is the school of magic that changes the properties of physical objects. Usually, mages use transmutation spells to strengthen and repair objects.
It did the opposite, obviously. Someone used a spell to change the physical properties of the guardrails.
The
Can you say
god.
that one again?
Judging by the current state of the rails, we can only conclude one thing. The spell weakened structural integrity of the walkway, the guardrails. Right, someone used a transmutation spell to weaken the guardrails. Afterwards, the guardrails were. I don't know why I want to say guardrails every single fucking time.
No, this time you gotta run for it.
You have
gotta
Dr. Light on the brain.
Dr. Wowie.
Honestly, at this point, just run with it. Guardrails.
Guardrails, are we going to be defending an orca?
Just
You
run
were
it.
playing Dave the Diver
God,
for the
alright.
last few days.
Afterwards,
it,
the
it's fine.
guardrails were so weak that Justin apparently broke them.
And only these guardrails were weakened. The sabotage rails are right next to this vat of corrosive chemicals, too.
There was clear intention behind the actions of the unknown mage. Judging by what happened, the intention can only be one thing. The unknown mage wanted someone to fall into the vat. Whoever sabotaged the guardrail wanted someone to fall into the vat. Why else would they only target those specific guardrails?
But why? Who would do this?
You can feel your fist clenching tightly. Someone committed murder using magic here, and whoever did this had the gall to try and cover it up.
Dawn?
Tyrion?
You won't forgive whoever did this. When you're through with them, you will make them feel a fraction of the misery your mother...
Dawn? Red flag.
What?
Are you okay?
Right, sorry. Anyway, if it weren't for your detect magic, everyone would have written this off as an accident. Magical traces are only detectable for 48 hours after a mage casts a spell. That means whoever cast the transmutation spell did so recently.
Right.
I have a question.
Huh.
if you don't mind.
What?
There's like the detect magic thing. How do you use that as evidence in a court case? Especially if it only asks like 40 hours. Can you take a photo of your detect magic? Or what? How does that work?
The Royal Guard also has a lot of dedicated users that do record any usage of magic in a criminal case. So when they're investigating a crime scene, ideally they would be doing it within the 48-hour period if it gets reported like immediately.
No. I mean right now, the lady, she casts detect magic.
Yeah.
She says there's transmutation magic. How is that recorded for the purposes of the court case?
It is just recorded as evidence, yeah. If you're talking like actually mechanically, it's just right here.
Yeah. And
okay.
And in plot, there are other people in the game that can record magic outside of just someone's eyes. Our very first
there is a photograph. There is a camera that can also detect magic as well.
Yeah, that was my question, because like imagine if you're just kind of in a setting and you have this guy on the corner who's just taking notes, and this wizard who says, "Oh, I just cast detect magic, and I see a evocation magic here." It's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna trust you on that, and they start taking notes, and you're like, fuck you, sucker. It's kind of like,
I mean, it's a possibility.
Unless basically you have people hired by the court system who are like able to cast the spell as well, and they take it from inventory of the clues you find. It's just kind of. I was just curious. Shut up.
Evocation. Yeah. Not gonna jump in. Alright.
Also, I do want to say, when we were listening to the fucking, like, scene without seeing anything, there's just kind of the guy who's like, "Oh no, I'm falling, hold my head." Did you see the distance between the lip of the overhang and the fucking hole, the fucking vat?
We don't have all the information yet. We don't have all the information yet.
But where did he fall from?
yourself.
Fine.
For all we know, the fucking victim could have been fucking zombified. They could have died somewhere else entirely.
The victim could also be very short person. Or the picture that we just saw of the guardrails in the vat is stylized, but the distance is meant to be much longer.
I get the feel like this is case 3. I get the feeling it's going to be a lot more complex than just oh no, somebody got pushed into the vat from the fucking railing. It's not going to be that simple.
I mean, he could have just gotten RKO'd out of nowhere for all we know.
It is still funny that they were like. It is still funny that there was an entire scene described by the people to whom it was happening, where someone was in the process of falling and needed someone to hold their arm, but the distance between the overhang and the vat is like what seems to be 10 to 30 centimeters.
It is interesting. We'll probably get into that at some point.
Alright, I'm gonna stop.
Alright, you arrive at the harbor in search of Morrison, the harbor master. However, you notice a large concentration of knights in the shipping area. Also, the knights being here before the supposed murder is also very suspect. I'm very curious to see what the fuck that's all about, because,
Please tell me Steelwind's somewhere around here.
I would hope so. Notably, the Arcane Inquisition is among them. You spot Commander Wright and Prosecutor Steelwind coordinating the knights there.
Eddie, you need to stop predicting things.
Next
I think he was more hoping.
I wonder what those two are doing here.
Next time we play EDF, we're going to be actually fighting dragons.
Shut up.
The knights at the blockade said they were investigating something. There must be magic involved in the Inquisition, if the Inquisition is here.
Do you think this has anything to do with what happened to Justin?
I doubt it. We didn't see any Inquisition knights at the refinery. It must just be a coincidence.
You're probably right. But I'm kind of curious about what the Inquisition is investigating.
It has nothing to do with our case. It'd be best to leave them to their business.
Alright.
Alright. Bigfoot Harbor Master, do you want him?
Oi, you there?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Whoa!
You'd best clear out. The knights have closed the harbour.
Morrison?
Do I know you? Wait, Cuthbert, is that you, mate?
Hi.
I heard from little Morsrika that you were back in town. What can I do for you?
We heard that you were at the refinery yesterday. From what we heard, you witnessed the accident. We wanted to ask you some questions about what you saw.
Oh, right, Rika mentioned that you're an attorney now.
What?
I just hope you're still not hung up over that business with your mother.
Poor
Randy.
choice of words.
Sorry. Pun was in bad taste. Guess it was none of my business. Anyways, I'll tell you what I know.
Meanwhile, in the background, not a pun, she was burned at the stake. What the fuck are you talking about? Drakachin told us that you witnessed the accident.
Why, it was a horrible thing what happened. No one deserved what happened to that poor lad.
Could you tell us what you saw?
Well, I was showing a patron around town, and for some reason he really wanted to take a look at the refinery. Something about checking out the local artificery.
He must mean artificery.
Anyway, he was looking at the machinery all right.
He must be talking about artificery. So anyway, I showed him my cool casting skills out into the sea.
Then suddenly Rika came running towards us. She was trying to tell us something, but the damn machines were too loud for us to hear her. After a while, she just pointed out the walkway, and we saw the horrible sight. We saw someone fall into the vats. By the time we could get them to stop the machines, it was too late.
That matches up with what you know so far. But what was Rika even doing there? She should still have been running the cafe at the time of the incident. And that patron who was visiting the factory, did they also witness the accident?
I swear, if Rika is the villain of this case.
I
Boy,
don't
would that
think
be a
so.
twist.
I have got some thoughts on this.
Yeah.
What a twist!
If
Alright,
she is, I get the
I'll-
feeling Iris is involved.
I'll leave you guys to this.
Or Eris, excuse me.
Iris, Eris, same thing. Up the iris.
Or is it Iris?
Could you tell us about how Justin fell off the walkway? Was it because the guardrail broke under his weight?
Yeah, he did, but it was a little bit strange. The guardrail was made out of metal, yeah. But the way it broke, you would have thought that it was made out of cardboard. He barely leant on it, and it just bloody broke.
Even a poorly maintained guardrail shouldn't have broken that easily. Did someone really use transmutation magic to sabotage it? If so, that possibility could clear Drakachin's name. But presenting the possibility of magical crime might just complicate things.
Badge.
Oh yes, thank you. You mentioned that you were escorting a patron when the accident happened. Who was he? Did he witness the accident too?
Aye, he was right there with me when Rika was trying to get our attention. It'd be hard to miss it with the commotion she was making. As for who he was, he said his name was Aster.
His first name wouldn't be Dis by any chance, would it? Aster. You don't know anyone by that name.
His last name better be Phoenix.
No, his first name was Kisser.
But why does that name sound familiar? Do you know what his surname was?
Nah, the lad was really secretive with his last name for some reason.
He must
Bet
have
it
had a
was Kisser.
recognizable name. Is he a noble from a well-known house? When you were escorting this Aster, why were you escorting this Aster in the first place? Don't you have to manage the harbor?
Well, I can't really manage anything 'cause of them.
Gestured towards the Inquisition Knights crowding the pier.
They've blocked all sea travel out the city till this mess is sorted out.
They have a lot of knights investigating the harbor. Do you know what they're looking for?
Well, you didn't hear this from me. But according to them, Aster's ship just up and vanished in the dead of night.
Vanished? As in someone hijacked it?
And that's the thing. The guards would have noticed if someone had driven off with a ship, especially one of that size.
Mm-hmm.
From what I heard, one of the guards could have sworn they saw it vanish in a flash of light.
Teleportation magic.
A flash of light, like something created by a spell.
What kind of ship was it? Do you know how big it was?
From the size of it, I'd say it was probably a galleon.
A galleon? A spell of that scale would have to be pretty powerful to affect a ship of that size.
Did I say galleon? I meant a galley.
By the way,
I'm a gallon.
I'm a attorney.
Oh, you bloody
Okay.
skip me. You skip what I could bloody say, mate.
I wonder who this Aster person is. He must be high profile if they're calling in the Kingsguard and the Inquisition for him.
All over a missing ship.
You spent some time with him. Oh wait, no, never mind.
You spent some time with him, and am I correct, Morrison? Did he tell you where he was going?
If I remember right, he's staying at the local inn near the town square.
Wait, that's the tavern that we were staying at.
If he's this high profile, why is he staying at an inn for commoners?
No idea. He's an eccentric one for sure.
Whoever he is, he also witnessed the accident. You'll definitely want to speak with him. And if he's a noble, there's a high chance that he's the mage that sabotaged the guardrail. Possible. Alright, yeah, we can go back. Nah, let's talk to Rika for a bit.
Okay, wow, you're just gonna abandon me in the rain, alright.
You get sprayed all the time. You're fine. Okay, never mind, Rika is not here.
Would you like to rephrase that, Curb?
I mean, here's the thing. I did rephrase it. I was going to say you get wet all the time, but, that's worse.
Why? Why? Just because he's a seaman?
Right. All of your puns are worse than any of the dragon ones I made at the beginning of this, and so I kicked me out the
Dragon bees!
Shut the fuck up! I get enough of that every day.
Oh, God.
I'm not gonna question that phrasing.
Don't worry
Guys,
about
you
it.
gotta scale this down.
Yeah.
Alright.
I had to throw one in the ring.
God.
Morrison said that Aster is staying in one of the rooms at this tavern, but which room is it?
We could always just check each room.
That might irritate the patrons, though. And if Aster doesn't want to be found, we might alert him if we annoy too many people.
Also, I just love Celeste's normal standing sprite with this music.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it look like she's actually just going to do whatever's on her mind.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Your family owns a tavern, right? If you had to put a VIP somewhere, which room would you choose?
I guess it would probably be the one at the end of the hallway. That's the one I use at my family's tavern.
According to Celeste's intuition, the innkeeper would probably have given Aster this room. You approach the door and firmly knock on it. I don't know, someone.
Hello?
Someone does come to answer the door, but they only open the door a fraction of the way. The crack in the door is less than an inch wide. You can't get a look at the person's face.
I'm terribly sorry, but if your business isn't urgent, I'd prefer to be left alone.
Sorry if I'm intruding, but are you Aster? My name is Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm the defense attorney for Stefanik Dracogen. I didn't even see his first name. I'm just blind. From what I've heard, you witnessed the accident at the refinery yesterday.
So I guess we're the attorney now.
I was wondering if I could ask you some questions about what you saw. Oh.
Oh.
Hello, sir.
God damn, you look like a cultist.
Upon hearing your name, the man fully opens the door, and you're finally able to get a good look at him. Definitely stands out from the other patrons in the inn. He must be the wealthy patron that you're looking for.
Tyrion Cuthbert, protege of the infamous Ruby Tamora.
So you know who I am.
I do. I know you very well. I'm
your biggest fan.
God damn it.
Let's go!
You guys need to stop doing this.
Never!
Oh,
Get a
amazing.
hobby. Get a life.
I'm sorry, my hobby is writing, so I'm well attuned to fucking writing tropes.
You have found your Oshi.
What?
I can't believe it. The infamous Tyrion Cuthbert is standing right in front of my tavern room.
What?
I've read all about your feats, Mr. Cuthbert. You've successfully indicted the head of House Pierce. You didn't think twice about confronting a member of House Freyga. And you even defeated Lorne von Sanctus in the chess tournament yesterday.
I'm so lost right now.
And you must be Celeste McCoy. Tyrion's first client and the Crimson Demon of the Eastern Kingdoms.
How did you find out about that name?
Crimson what?
Oh, don't ask.
Anyways, if you are Aster, does that mean that you witnessed the accident with the Harbor Master yesterday?
Yes, I did. Are you going to interrogate me about what I saw? I'll answer whatever questions you have.
You've never met a witness that has been this eager to cooperate. But hopefully that means you won't hide any details about what he saw.
Also, silver hair, Aster Phoenix.
I said Aster Phoenix earlier.
Yep.
Yu-Gi-Oh character.
Gotcha.
Badge. If there's anybody who reacts to the badge, it has to
Oh
be
my
this
god,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, he does have to, doesn't he?
Well, at least it isn't
If
Silver
he
the
doesn't,
Hedgehog.
then the entire game we need to quit.
You clearly know who I am, but I'm still unsure of who you are, Aster.
Ah, my apologies. But I would prefer to keep my full identity hidden for now.
He's within his rights to do so, but you can't help but feel a little suspicious. In any case, what is your business in Aranax?
By the way, Aranax is absolutely sounding like an Elden Ring dragon.
Kinda, yeah.
I was accompanying a ship transporting goods to Lord von Sanctus.
Based on the name, I'd guess it's like named after a gold dragon or something.
Maybe. Aranax? Wait a minute. No, that's straight up like a dragon from Dragon Heist.
Yeah, kinda. The same ship that was magically stolen.
I'm surprised you found out about that. The King's Guard have been trying their best to keep that information hidden. But I suppose I shouldn't expect anything less from you, Mr. Cuthbert.
Flattery will get him nowhere.
What was on that ship? It must be pretty valuable to be worth stealing.
I doubt there was anything on that ship worth drawing the ire of the entire kingdom. The truth is, during the time that ship was stolen, I was supposed to be on it.
I see. The theft of the ship may have actually been an attempt to kidnap you.
That's my current theory, anyway. Wouldn't make sense otherwise.
Seems awfully calm about this.
Oh.
By the way, did you see that I am a defense attorney?
Sorry, I'd love to help.
Why? No!
I lost all faith.
I am making my hard theory now.
Aster's probably involved in the event.
No. This guy's related to Celeste.
Oh no.
Yeah? I could see that. I could very much see that. Also, I feel like I've seen that symbol on his lapel before, but I don't remember from where. Anyways, according to Morrison, you were also in the refinery that night. Did you witness the moment the victim fell into the vat?
I did.
Could you tell us exactly what you saw? Every detail you can remember could be important.
Well, it all began when I was visiting the refinery with the harbor master. I was inspecting the refinery's machines when a girl frantically ran towards us. She was hysterical. It looked like she was trying to tell us something. But we couldn't hear her over the noise of the machines. When she realized we couldn't hear her, she simply pointed at the walkway. That's when we saw Justin Way fall off it into the vat.
This next question is very important. Did you see the victim break the guardrail by leaning on it?
Yes, he broke the guardrail before he fell.
His testimony matches exactly with what Morrison saw.
The way he fell was very strange, though.
Strange? What could he mean by that? You mentioned that the way the victim fell was strange. Did you mean, like... Did you feel like the guardrail broke too easily?
Why, yes, how did you know?
It matches with the statement that the harbor master gave us. You don't want to reveal the traces of transmutation that you found on the walkway, at least not yet.
But yes, the guardrail broke the moment that Justin leaned on it. His body was extremely limp when falling too.
His body was limp?
Normally, when falling from a great height, one would flail their arms incoherently, right? Like a spasming orangutan. But when I saw him falling, he wasn't moving at all.
He wasn't moving. Did you see the expression on his face? He might have been unconscious.
I'm afraid I couldn't see anything on his face. It was much too dark to make out his features.
Wait, you didn't actually see his face? How did you know it was actually him that fell in?
Well, who else could it have been? No one else has been recorded missing.
They also found the remnants of Justin's body in the vat. It was definitely him that fell in.
It's true. You don't have much reason to believe that Justin might still be alive.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
By the way, silver hair,
God.
orange eyes. Yeah, definitely some relation to.
It's a good catch. There were traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene, and it appears that Aster is quite a high-profile individual. He's probably a mage, and aside from Rika, he was probably the only other mage at the refinery that night. If you ask him outright, you might be able to see something incriminating through the Eye of Horus. Aster, we'll respect your privacy if you don't want to tell us who you are, but could you at least answer one question for me?
I make no promises, but I'll do my best to tell what I can.
Are you a mage?
Oh, is that all? Yes, I'm a mage, and I'm quite the practiced one of them.
You see, Celeste cast Detect Magic to look at the scene of the accident, and we found traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene. Namely on the guardrails that Justin fell through.
What?
Here it is.
I can't believe it!
What?
Are you telling me a mage used transmutation? Skills? What does this mean? That was actually a murder made to look like an accident? It's like something out of the reports I read about him.
You don't see anything incriminating, and you can see his thoughts clearly. Feelings of happiness are a bit off-putting, though.
And you asked me if I was a mage. Does that mean I'm a potential suspect? This is the greatest thing to ever happen to me.
This is the first time you've met someone that's happy to be suspected of murder.
I love that I jumped on board
Yep.
playing Master.
Yep. This is pretty great.
Sorry, it's not right of me to get so excited about something as serious. But it's like something right out of a mystery novel.
That's not the reaction you were expecting. Nevertheless, it doesn't look like there were any incriminating thoughts in his mind. And the emotions that he was emanating were all positive. There wasn't a drop of fear in there. What could this mean? Either way, it looks like you found everything you can for Master. You should move somewhere else. Bye!
So what did we learn from him?
The limp body and that Tyrion has a biggest fan.
Yeah. I was posing the zombie thing as more of like a theoretical thing, but
In my case, I was thinking less zombie and more of that his body was placed up there, and then in time with the group seeing, like, being pointed to the rail,
the
Like
transmutation got cast. That's possible.
Like a recipe for turnabout? Where the second, like, falling into that was staged?
Yeah.
It's very possible. I wouldn't be surprised. That's also very possible. I guess, yeah. Necromancy is probably, yeah, because necromancy is very controlled in the setting.
Yeah.
So.
Tyrion, you're back. Did you talk to Mr. Jackogen?
I did. I'm still not sure what to make of him just yet. But after what I've seen today, I don't think I can turn a blind eye to what's happening. There were traces of transmutation magic on the guardrails. Regardless of their motives, someone sabotaged those rails with the intent of harming an employee at the refinery. If this truly was a murder, you have to find out who did this and why. I'll represent him in court for the criminal case.
Thanks, it really means a lot to me. I just realized she's an evocation mage. Neat.
On that note, you were at the refinery when the accident occurred, am I correct?
Yeah, I was.
May I ask you a few questions about what you saw that day?
Of course. I'll do whatever I can to help. Oh,
Oh
we
boy,
have
we're gonna build
no-
our psychological profile.
This is... Okay, no. This is the character that he should already have a psych profile on.
It's been a decade.
It has been 10
I mean,
years.
Yeah.
he very specifically went out of his way to cut contact with like everybody
Fair.
that
Yeah.
he knew here. He very specifically went out of
Fair.
his way to forget things.
By the way, why were you at the refinery that day? Didn't you have to work at the cafe?
I was making a food delivery to Justin.
Wait, you were delivering food to the victim?
Yeah, he never had the time to make his own dinner. So I always delivered his dinner during his evening break. But that night, I couldn't find him in the freight area. So I went looking for him in the refinery building.
So, the accident happened while you were delivering his food. It looks great, actually.
Hey,
Fish.
Mitty.
Shut the fuck up!
That fish looks delicious.
It looks really good.
It looks delicious.
No. Did you talk to Justin at all before the accident?
I did. When I finally found him in the refinery building, he seemed busy. Told me to leave his food in the break room.
He was busy? But according to Dracogen, he had never been in the refinery building in the first place.
Did he say what he was busy with?
He said that he had a meeting scheduled with Mr. Dracogen.
That can't be true, though. Dracogen didn't mention anything about this. Unless... We've gotten a few witness accounts already, but I just wanted to double check. What did you see during the accident? Sorry, I'm sure it was a disturbing sight. Do you need a moment?
No, it's okay. It happened after Justin told me to leave his food in the break room. It was my first time inside the refinery, so I spent some time looking at all the machines. That's when I suddenly heard a strange sound from the walkway. When I looked to see what it was, I saw Justin fall from there. I tried to find someone to help him, but no one could hear me because of how loud the machines were.
Wait.
You thought you caught exactly what I did. Before I finally got them to understand what happened, it was already too late.
Did you see the guardrail break when Justin fell off the walkway? More specifically, did it break from Justin's weight?
I'm honestly not sure. I was too busy trying to find help. So she saw him fall and then found help. The rest of them state that they found help, or that she found help, then he fell.
Yeah, there's a lot of... Don't like that. I really don't like that. I don't like the implications there.
Illusion magic could be...
It's possible. But we didn't see any traces of illusion magic.
Not on that area.
Maybe. Could you tell us more about the victim? What kind of person he was?
He was a good person.
Thanks, that helps.
He fell in with a bad crowd a few years ago, but he was starting to turn his life around. I saw how much he was trying to change. So I asked Dracogen to give him a job. I really wanted to help him change his life for the better. But this job just ended up killing him.
You can't blame yourself for this. No one could have known this would happen.
I guess you're right. It's not hard to think about. It's hard not to think about, though.
Was he the type of person to go places he wasn't supposed to be?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Really wanted to make a good impression on Mr. Dracogen. He always talked about following the rules. He even got mad at me a few times when I accidentally broke Dracogen's protocol.
Alright, that matches up with what Dracogen said. But maybe he was falling back into old habits? Perhaps Rika can tell you more about what he was like before he turned his life around. You mentioned that Justin fell in with a bad crowd before.
A Brad crowd?
A Brad crowd, what?
A
Hold
Brad
up.
crowd!
A Brad cowed. I've also heard that he used to hang out with a band of local delinquents. Could you tell us more about them?
Please tell me the Brad Cowd worships the god whale.
What? Rika, this information will help us with our investigation. I need to speak with the other people who knew him. Do you know where I could find his delinquent friends?
I'm sorry, I really don't know him that well. I should keep trying to make it bad.
Rika, are you hiding something from me?
Oh, no, of course not. What would the Dark Lord of Aranax possibly have to hide from you?
Yeah, she's definitely hiding something. You'll need to argue against her if you want the truth. Need to present something. No. Do you have nothing to say? What about this?
You-
No.
You might need to go to Dracogen to talk about her testimony to finish the profile.
We could try that.
Wrong
That's
person.
not where Dracogen is.
That is correct.
That is Morrison.
I totally mixed up the names. It's fine. No. No.
What? Present her. You might want to also present her testimony to Morris.
We'll try that one instead then. Back to where I was.
Nope. Fuck.
Town square.
Can we try the what would happen if we tried just straight up?
Okay, there we go. We got it.
What the fuck? What did you do?
I just basically talked to her about like her delivering the food and making sure she was okay. We just needed like one more little bit of information about her personality. She switches to Chuni if she's having a hard time. Mosarika Tudor appears to be hiding something from you. She clearly knows about the bad crowd that Justin fell in with, but she's hiding who they are and where you can find them. You'll need to convince her to share that information with you. Mosarika Tudor will perform questionable acts to protect the people she cares about. She has your best interest at heart and will always act in a way that she thinks is beneficial for your well-being. She isn't very good at deception. She will often revert to her dramatic Chuni personality when trying to hide the truth from you. Rika,
She best.
you know about Justin's friends, don't you? Just be honest with me.
I'm not hiding anything. I really don't know that much about him. I wasn't that close to Justin Way. I may have delivered his food, but he was just a customer to me.
Didn't she... I think it's that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I might have believed that you delivered his food because he was a good customer, but that wasn't all you did for him. You saw that he was trying to turn his life around, and you begged Dracogen to set him up with a job. You wouldn't do that for a customer that you barely knew.
Well, that still proves nothing. I'm Mosarika Tudor, High Archmage of the Cadium Flame. Is it so hard to believe that I took pity on a stranger? I'm only helped him because I'm a generous person. It would only be right for me to help to equip a commoner with the means to change his life.
Doubt. You're not a very good liar, Rika. You would have risked a lot by asking Dracogen to hire a stranger. Especially a stranger with a dubious past like Justin. What if Justin fell back into his old ways? That would have surely brought about consequences on you and your business. You wouldn't take a risk like that unless you knew him well enough to trust him.
Okay, fine. I guess we were friends. Sorry about that
You're good.
crackling. I guess we were friends.
Oh, is it
Oh.
frozen on your end?
Yeah. But like I said before, he was trying to leave his old life behind. He didn't like talking about the person he was back then. He wanted to forget about it. Never brought it up. Sort of true. We knew each other for years before he told me about it.
So, statement not matching up with thoughts, I think, right? contradict the thoughts, I think. Yeah. I doubt that, Rika. In fact, I'm sure you were friends for at least a few years. With a friendship that old, I'm sure he would have confided in you about his past.
What?
No, you need to stay focused. Rika, I don't know why you thought you had to lie about this, but I need to talk to Justin's former friends.
Is that really necessary?
Yes. I need to know why he was behaving so strangely before the accident. His friends might know something about him that you and Dracogen don't.
That doesn't make any sense. I think you're just overthinking this, Tyrion.
Except for he was fucking places he shouldn't be. You didn't want to overplay your hand before, but it looks like you don't have a choice now. Rika, Justin told you that he was heading to a scheduled meeting in Dracogen's office, but according to Dracogen, Justin wasn't even supposed to be in the refinery building yesterday.
What?
Rika, Justin might have lied to you.
No. He would never do that.
I need to know why he was up there. And so far, the statements that I've gotten from you and Dracogen don't explain that. I need to talk to people who might know things about him that you don't.
Argument 1, but at what cost?
Okay. I'll tell you where you can find them. Just promise me you'll be safe, okay?
Alright. Oh, do we need to actually... We probably need to actually talk to her. Yeah. Where are the delinquents?
Sorry, I wasn't trying to lie to you.
It's okay. I'm assuming you had your reasons. But I need to know where I can find Justin's old friends.
You probably know already, but a few years ago, Justin got involved with a local street gang. They always hang out around the beach area. But one day, they discovered an abandoned house along the coastline, and they started spending most of their time there.
Alone house
Eventually,
on the coastline.
How do you eventually find that house after spending
no.
a lot of your time at the beach?
No, don't tell me.
It's that... Oh, fuck. That's probably where you'll find Justin's old friends.
So, that's why you're being so secretive.
What?
I'm sorry.
Don't be. You were just trying to look out for me, right?
Are you going to be okay? I can go there with you if you'd like.
No, it's okay. I'm sure you're busy with the cafe right now. And it's not as if I'll be going alone.
Alright, just don't push yourself too hard, okay?
Yeah. Oh my god,
So-
Celeste, pick up on the fucking context clues, please, for the love of God, girl.
No thoughts, head empty.
Oof.
I'll be back.
You arrive at the old
She's too busy looking
abandoned
to-
house. Upon looking at the home that you left behind, you're struck with a flood of memories. Those memories were once happy, but now they only fill you with grief.
Tyrion, are you okay?
Yeah. Let's look around. What? Suddenly, you hear the sound of glass breaking. Thank you. You rush to look for this source and see two young teenagers throwing rocks at the side of the house. The shattered remains of a window are lying on the ground. Oh my god. Hello, miss.
I don't know. Do you think this is one of the
Mister,
delinquents?
I don't know. I wonder.
Nice shot, Gavin.
Gavin Crawlin. One of the teens, apparently named Gavin, notices you approaching.
How are any of these people teenagers?
We've got company, Wyatt.
Huh?
Wyatt Ernell. You stare blankly at the broken glass on the ground. You're at a loss for words. You feel like you should respond, but nothing comes out of your mouth. You suddenly find yourself quickly approaching the two teens.
What the hell do you want? What the hell?
Before you even realize what you were doing, you throw a punch straight into Gavin's face. Your eyes are slowly tearing up. You can only see red. You grab Gavin by the collar and pull his face close to yours. Get the hell away from my house!
Tyrion?
Oh, you want to go?
Ha! Came looking for trouble, you sure found it.
Okay, let's all calm down and just...
Stay out of this, you little shit.
now you die.
The music stopped as
Excuse
well.
me?
The music stopped as well. Oh no.
What? You got cotton in your ears or something?
Yes, actually. Why don't you go and repeat what you said?
I said, stay out of this, you little...
5
5
minutes
minutes
later, they're just gonna be fucking crumpled heap on the floor.
Elena just fucking laughed. Great.
Celeste,
Yes?
I'm sorry for losing my temper back there. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
It's okay. Our emotions get the better of us sometimes.
Celeste,
Yes?
I think you might have overdone it a bit.
Nah.
Celeste,
Yes?
I don't think he's breathing.
Come on. Just give him a second.
You suddenly hear the very bruised and broken form of Gavin sputtering and wheezing on the ground. It looks like he's finally regained consciousness.
See? He's perfectly fine. You're fine.
Wyatt is staring wide-eyed at Celeste. From the shaking of his legs, it looks like he wants to run away, but he's too frozen by fear to move.
Don't bother running. Even with a head start, I can easily catch up to you.
Listen, Maya is better when she's not abusing Nick. She's abusing everyone else that deserves it.
Anyways, these two are probably Justin's former delinquent friends, right? Are you okay with talking to them?
Yes, of course. With your emotions in such disarray, you completely forgot why you came here in the first place. Would you two happen to know the young man who died at the refinery yesterday?
These guys are after Justin, but he's already dead.
After Justin? Was there someone with a grudge against him? Wyatt clearly thinks that you were sent on someone's behalf. And it wouldn't hurt to play the part to get more information out of him. We're not here to hurt you.
Well, I'm not here to hurt you.
We're not here to hurt you anymore. We'd just like to ask you a few questions about Justin.
Yeah, sure, man. Whatever you want.
Alright, you two talk. I'll work on popping Gavin's shoulder back into place.
It's a little disturbing how nonchalantly she says things like that.
God damn it. I love you, Celeste.
Celeste is the best! Oh my god, I love her! By the way, I am an attorney. No.
He appears to be telling the truth.
Celeste is like the best kind of just like you're playing D&D and the player is just super casual about
Yeah.
kicking the shit out of a commoner.
I think she's officially beating out Athena Sykes as my favorite
Yeah.
companion.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's fucking high praise.
Like, absolutely high.
So, what can you tell me about Justin Way? According to a few witnesses we spoke to, you used to be friends.
Friends is kind of pushing it. We used to hang back in the day, but we don't no more. It's weird when he started talking to us again. I thought he left for good.
But he started talking to you again. Why?
He just needed some of the old gear that he left at the house.
Old gear? What kind of old gear?
You know, his thieves' tools. All the tools you need for lockpicking and safe cracking.
Tools for lockpicking and safe cracking? I would just need those. He probably got involved with the, kidnapping attempt.
Mm-hmm.
What would Justin need lockpicking and safe cracking tools for?
Sushi.
Did anyone get the number on the box?
18!
Well, he needed to get the gold that he owed your boss.
So he owed gold to someone.
Word has it that he was working for the merchant that owns the refinery. I guess the owner trusted him a lot. Justin said that he had a way to get access to the safe in the guy's office.
Okay, no, yeah.
Justin was always a whiz when it came to breaking and entering. He even had tools that could crack magical locks. Getting the gold out of that safe would have been an easy score for him.
Wait, Justin was planning to rob Dracogen?
So what did we miss? What did I actually miss?
Not much. We started interrogating this guy. You've basically heard everything so far. We're just figuring out.
Just Celeste being best girl.
Pretty much.
Celeste is so good.
So I'm still actually dead. Got it.
No, you're
No.
breathing. You're gargling.
She's popping your arm back into its socket.
Yep. Wyatt apparently thinks that you were sent on behalf of someone, and from what he's said so far, Justin owed a non-trivial amount of gold to this person. If this person was some kind of criminal, could they have been the one who sabotaged the guardrail? Did Justin tell you who he owed his debt to?
Nah, man, he didn't say nothing. Well, they might whack me too if I tell him the truth.
So he does know. There's no point in playing dumb. Just tell us what he told you. Did he give you a name?
Answer the question.
Honestly, I think it would have been scarier if she was smiling.
The Eye Taker! Yield gold to the Eye Taker!
Oh, shit. Oh, he looks fucking rad. Hello? The Eye Taker was added to your notes. The Eye Taker. That must be some kind of criminal nickname. Why does
That was
sound
actually
so
mentioned
familiar, though?
recently, yeah.
Yeah, no, that has been mentioned. Also, considering the myth of Horus, I don't like the sound of that.
The Eye Taker's name absolutely is set.
Mm-hmm. You need to find out who this Eye Taker is. Might be best to ask someone else.
I want y'all to picture the guy screaming in the background during this whole thing as Celeste is just putting his bones back in socket.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, dude. Goodbye. I guess we can go... Actually, if anyone's gonna know it, it might be the Royal Hello. Oh.
Hey, Tyrion,
Yeah?
back at the house, what was that all about? I've never seen you get that angry before. And you said that it was your house.
Yeah, it was my house.
It was? Ever since we arrived in the city, you haven't really been yourself. If you want to talk about it,
I'm fine, and I don't want to talk about it.
You're not fine. I can see it on your face. Please just talk to me.
It's none of your business! Came out a lot louder than you wanted it to. Celeste, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to... Without a word, she quickly walks ahead of you. Well, shit. Hey.
That was very entertaining to watch.
Nope, you don't have anything for me. Harbor, maybe? Harbor Master? Can you tell me anything about him? There we go. Morrison, do you know anything about a criminal named the Eye Taker?
Oh, just because
The
I'm
Eye
missing my
Taker.
eye.
The Eye Taker. Where'd you hear that name?
So you do know about him.
Aye, I do. I've learned to keep my distance from him over the years. The Eye Taker is the criminal kingpin of this region. Every large criminal undertaking in this region happens under his watch.
Is that big of a deal?
Of course he is. More importantly, how did you hear about him?
From what I heard, Justin Wayne owed him a huge debt.
Justin owed them? I knew he used to run around with a bunch of rogues, but I never imagined. By the Scaled Lord.
The Eye Taker might be involved in Justin's death. Do you think someone like him could be behind this?
Well, there's a saying we have about what happens when you get on his bad side. Let's just say he reminds you of why he has the name.
So, you know who the Eye Taker is now. Definitely adds another angle to this case. There's still some elements of this that don't make sense. You need to take some time to work through it all. But you should go back to Dracogen first. He'll want to see everything that you found.
Bye, Steelwind. Wait, what's that, Tyrion?
Oh shit, not you again. Hello, Mr. Cuthbert. I trust you're doing well.
We are, for the most part. I've spent some time looking into the accident and the people who knew Justin. I think there might be more to this case than meets the eye.
Ha. Oh?
You spend some time explaining your findings to Dracogen. He seems troubled when you explain the traces of transmutation that you found on the guardrail. He's even more taken aback when you mention Justin's supposed plan to rob him.
This is quite a lot to take in.
Are you missing any valuables in your safe right now?
No, actually, but
What is it?
after the accident, I did a careful inspection of the building. When I checked my office, I noticed that the lock on the safe was disengaged.
The safe was opened, but you said there wasn't anything missing.
That's right. When I saw the safe open like that, I was already worried that I'd been robbed. But I double-checked the contents. Everything was accounted for. Because of that, I just assumed I'd forgotten to lock it.
This doesn't make any sense. Maybe it was just a coincidence?
I might believe that if it weren't for where my office is located.
What do you mean?
The walkway that Justin fell from leads to my office. There's a window there that overlooks the refinery. That would explain why
Justin was there in the first place.
I don't want to suspect one of my employees, especially one that isn't alive to defend himself from such accusations. But it just all fits too perfectly together. Except for one thing.
Why wasn't anything stolen? Well, regardless, I do think we have a pretty good case.
So does this mean you'll represent me?
After what I've discovered, I won't just stand by and let Von Sanctus have his way.
Well spoken. I'm glad to have you on my side, Mr. Cuthbert.
Anyways, regardless of why, someone's clearly magically tampered with the site of the accident. I doubt the court will find you at fault for what happened, although...
What's wrong?
Civil cases are a lot less strict than criminal cases. If we present evidence suggesting foul play using magic...
Sorry, I'm getting pain somewhere. Well, treat this exactly like our other cases.
Yeah. They might just stall the trial until they find out exactly what happened. For this accident, all we have to go on is witness accounts. Finding concrete evidence on what happened could very well be impossible. But the idea of hunting down the mage responsible sounds very tempting.
Looks like you have your work cut out for you. I just hope things turn out okay in the end.
And with Von Sanctus on the other side of this, who knows what might happen. It'd be best to keep your wits about you.
By the way, I just want to real quick bring up that I love how one of his sprites is just Frank Sawit's kind of just hands rubbing together, big ol' smile, eyes closed.
Kinda makes me worried about the direct... God damn it, not what I want to do.
I can't believe this. I have more important things to do than to resolve your petty squabbles for you.
Pokemon, do you want this or do you want to pass it?
Yes. Yes. The missing ship of your betrothed. Listen, the sooner you help me resolve this mess with Dracogen, the sooner you can return to being the prince's lapdog.
Prince?
And we had been told that Aster that Steelwind was betrothed to a guy.
Just to say, once I'm not preoccupied with this case, House Von Sanctus can provide the resources that you and the Inquisition need.
I suppose I don't have a choice, do I?
You never do.
Well, at least this case should be relatively straightforward.
So yeah, no, if that's the case, then it's not only possible that Celeste is from a noble house, she might be from the royal house.
Oh my fucking god, why is it you?
Court is now in session for the trial of Stefanik Dracogen.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is also ready.
Very well. Let's begin the proceedings. Prosecutor Steelwind, please list the charges.
The defendant is charged with criminal negligence. The defendant is charged with criminal negligence in the death of Justin Way. The death occurred at the Aeronax Arcane Refinery last night. Mr. Way was an employee of the Dracogen Trading Company, a company owned by the defendant. During work hours, the victim accidentally broke a coordinately maintained safety rail and fell into a vat of corrosive chemicals. Attempts to save his life failed, and his body almost fully dissolved.
I see. What a gruesome end.
The defendant displayed clear negligence in maintaining the refinery's facilities. As such, the responsibility for Mr. Wade's death falls squarely on his shoulders. To begin, the prosecution would like to call Noah Morrison to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the record.
Bigfoot, you still there?
He sure is muted right now.
Take that as a no.
Yes, the name.
No, I'm just trying to get it unmuted. It's a pain in the ass.
Definitely a pain in the ass while your keyboard is stuck on caps lock.
Yeah. Yes, the name's Noah Morrison. I'm Arbor Master of Oranax's Arbor.
My understanding that you witnessed the accident that night, am I correct?
Oh, I did.
Could you please testify to the court as about what you witnessed?
Oh, I was showing a visitor around the city, and for some reason, he really wanted to see the Oranax Arcane Refinery. He was inspecting the machines there when suddenly Rika ran up to us. She was desperately trying to tell us something, but there was just too much noise. After a while, she just pointed out the walkway overlooking the refinery. That's where we saw someone fall into the accursed vat. There was a guardrail that should have prevented him from falling, but it broke through it as he fell.
So there was a safety rail that should have protected the victim.
Yes. However, upon closer inspection, The city guard found that rails were extremely rusted. They were clearly poorly maintained by the company.
I see. This negligence is the basis of the prosecution's charges.
Are you going to present the traces of transportation we found?
Can't help but feel like there's something in Morrison's testimony that doesn't add up. Right now, those traces are the only defense we have against Von Sanctus's accusations. It's not a piece I want to use just yet. And once you use that piece, who knows how the judge will react. Not much has changed with Morrison's testimony. However, you've collected a lot more evidence since you last spoke with him. Is there anything you found that contradicts his testimony? I think Pokemon and I both noticed it fucking immediately. So,
Yep.
after seeing him fall, yep. Objection! No? Hello?
Might need to press it first.
Sure. You mentioned that you saw someone fall into the vat. Did you not recognize the person?
Well, I didn't know the lad personally, and it was pretty far away. I couldn't get a good look at the person.
Maybe you should keep a pin on that detail. Anyways, could you go into more detail about the moment you witnessed the accident?
Of course, what do you want to know about it?
What was Mosarika doing?
Yeah, let's go with that. What was Mosarika doing the moment you saw Justin fall?
I told you, didn't I? She was the one who pointed to the walkway in the first place. That's how we saw him fall in.
I see. Could you please include that detail in your testimony?
You think it'll help?
There we go. Okay, yep, nope, that's it. Objection! Yep. Wait, what? Witness, you said that you saw the victim fall into the vat. This happened before, during, or after Mosarika tried to get your attention?
It was definitely after. If it weren't for the commotion she made, I wouldn't have looked up there in the first place.
It's just as you thought, but this is mean. Morrison, I spoke with Mosarika about what she saw. She said that she saw Justin fall off of the walkway and then rushed to you for help.
Oh, that sounds about right.
No, Morrison, it actually doesn't.
What the bloody hell you mean?
If Mosarika saw Justin fall before she went to get help, then how did you see him fall after she came for your help?
What?
Morrison, Mosarika came to you for help. This was in reaction to seeing Justin fall off the walkway. If that's true, then how could you have possibly seen Justin fall off the walkway again afterward?
Oh, I have no idea.
Mr. Cuthbert, you're disputing the witness's testimony over a minor detail. It's entirely possible that Mr. Morrison or Miss Tudor simply misremembered.
I highly doubt that Morrison misremembered the order of what happened. His testimony matches up exactly with the testimony of his companion.
Then Miss Tudor must be the one who's mistaken.
I'm compelled to agree with you, Miss Steelwind. These conflicting accounts seem extremely minor.
The prosecution's case is based on the broken guardrail, and only 3 individuals witnessed Justin Wayne break said guardrail. The defense asserts that these 3 witnesses' accounts must be consistent with each other. Otherwise, this evidence is not strong enough to find my client liable.
Please. The break in the guardrail is directly over the vat. That is enough physical evidence. It proves that the victim fell in because the railing broke.
How do you know that the guardrail wasn't broken by some other event?
But that's ludicrous! You're clearly just playing devil's advocate.
Literally, yes.
That's
I guess
his job.
figuratively, but...
I'll admit that I also find the defense's assertion dubious.
No, we're Horus's advocate.
That'll be enough from the peanut gallery. However, I see no harm in allowing Miss Tudor to testify to what she saw.
Rika saw a lot less than Morrison and Astor did, and her testimony was a lot less detailed. But one detail she did remember was that she saw Justin fall off the walkway. Hopefully her testimony might clear up what happened.
Bailiff, please escort Miss Tudor to the witness stand.
Witness, please state your name and occupation for the
Gotta
court.
get myself ready.
This is probably Rika's first time testifying in a courtroom. I hope she'll be okay. Oh
As
boy.
if I need such introductions.
Oh no!
Allow me to indulge
Rika,
you all.
please!
Oh lord, is she seriously doing that here?
I am Mosarika Tudor, Dark Lord of Aranax, High Archimagi of the Acadian Flames, and business proprietor of Sweet Confection.
Oh Lord, is she really doing this here?
I was not aware we were in the presence of such a renowned individual.
Wait, do we actually believe her? Your
Oh my
Honor,
gosh.
Mosarika Tudor is the owner of a local cafe in Oranax.
But isn't she also a high archmagi?
No, she really isn't.
Hearing the word flow.
Yeah, stop ruining her flow, Tyrion.
This is perjury.
Both of these characters are great together.
I'm
like,
sorry, but you've ruined Mosarika's flow. I'm sorry. Anyways, Miss Tudor, you were at the Oranax refinery on the night of the accident, and you witnessed the moment that the victim fell off the walkway. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's right.
According to your statement, you ran up to Morrison after you saw Justin fall off the walkway. And the problem is that there's a contradiction between both of your testimonies.
There's a contradiction?
Morrison testified that he didn't see the victim fall into the vat until after you approached him. This wouldn't make sense, though. You saw the victim fall off the walkway before you ran up to Morrison. Morrison couldn't have possibly seen the victim fall again after that.
Oh, I think I see what happened.
You do?
I think you're misunderstanding what I said before.
I
That's a very
misunderstood you.
shitty.
If that's true, could you please testify to the court exactly what happened? Please include every detail you can remember.
Sure. She used illusion to show them what happened. That must be it.
Maybe,
I was at the
yeah.
refinery when I heard their strange sound from the walkway. When I looked to see what it was, I saw Justin had tumbled over the guardrail. But he hadn't fallen into the vat. Oh, yeah. I saw him barely hanging onto the edge of the platform. Didn't know how to get to the walkway from there, so I looked for help on the grounds and saw Mr. Morrison. He must have seen Justin lose his grip off the ledge and fall into the vat after that.
No, but that's not what happened because we...
That is not what happened.
Yeah, we specifically heard that he didn't try and save himself, he just fell in.
So the victim didn't immediately fall into the vat. He was hanging onto the edge of the walkway.
Actually, I guess the more obvious contradiction is they saw the fucking guardrail give way.
Mm-hmm.
That would explain how Mr. Morrison saw the victim fall into the vat after Miss Tudor saw him fall off the walkway. In any case, Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination.
Why the fuck is she... What is happening? What is happening?
The big thing
Hello?
is we know he did try to save himself from the intro section because it mentioned him getting his hand broken. So,
But that's not what the other people saw. That's why I'm like very interested in seeing where the fuck this is going. Because like,
over the guardrail. Hey, there's no way to really tumble over it if there's no guardrail right now.
I think this is the one we want to present on. And then this one. Lean on a guardrail and break it. The figure fell. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, there we go. Over. She said over again, didn't she? Rika, you said that the victim tumbled over the guardrail. As in, he was thrown over it.
Yeah, that's right.
What?
Did you see the moment that the guardrail broke?
No, I didn't. I already told you that, didn't I?
But you did see the moment that Justin fell off the walkway. And in that moment, did you see Justin break the guardrail?
No, Like I told you, I didn't see the moment the guardrail broke.
But that's the thing, Rika. According to Morrison, Justin Wayne broke the guardrail as he fell into the vat. More specifically, he said that Justin was standing on the walkway when that happened.
What?
According to the prosecution, Justin Wayne leaned on a faulty guardrail and broke it, falling into the vat. But that's not what you saw, was it, Rika?
No, I saw him tumble over.
I'm afraid I don't see the importance of this, Mr. Cuthbert. Are you accusing the witness of perjury?
There's definitely something going on here, but what? Most Rika is a mage, and if you don't want to suspect her, you need to consider every possibility. What is happening here? They're both telling the truth.
It's a recipe for turnabout.
They're both telling the truth. You guess, but what does that even make sense? Okay, think through this. If we assume that Rika and Morrison are telling the truth, you need to remember the exact order of events. First, Rika saw Justin go up the walkway. Then she saw Justin fall over the railing. Justin was able to grab onto the walkway ledge. That's when Melissa Rika went to look for help. This is when she ran into Morrison and Aster. Then there's Aster's account of events. Aster and Morrison couldn't see Justin's face. That one detail of their testimonies never sat right with you. But you dismissed your suspicions. They found Justin's body in the vat, after all. You know for a fact that he fell into the vat. But you never considered one other possibility. Another person fell into the vat. Is that really possible? It's the only thing that makes sense. It would also explain how Rika, Morrison, and Aster all saw someone fall into a vat fall off of the walkway at different times. But then, who's this second person? You don't have a choice. Even if you don't know all the facts, this is the only conclusion you can draw.
I think you've had quite enough time to deliberate, Mr. Cuthbert.
You've been standing there for
Are you
20
accusing the
minutes.
witness or not?
I'm not accusing the witness of perjury, Your Honor. Both Miss Tudor's and Mr. Morrison's testimonies appear to contradict each other, but they are both telling the truth.
Then please enlighten us, Mr. Cuthbert. How could both of their testimonies possibly be true?
Well, I think there's only one possible explanation. Both Miss Tudor and Mr. Morrison saw someone fall off the walkway. But the person that Miss Tudor saw and the person that Mr. Morrison saw were two different people.
But there's only one body.
Are you serious, Mr. Cuthbert? Do you honestly think some random person fell into the vat moments after Justin Way fell in?
It's the only conclusion that makes sense, Miss Steelwind. Miss Tudor knew the victim and recognized him. That's how she was able to confirm that it was him that fell into the vat. However, Mr. Morrison and his companion did not know the victim personally. They could barely make out his features. They only assumed that it was him after learning that he fell in.
I'm dancing to this song.
It's far more likely that Miss Tudor is simply mistaken about what she saw.
Also, I don't remember that pose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a new one.
The cane also looks very cool. I like it.
Absolutely.
Like, are you hearing me slam my stick?
No.
Like,
No.
Is that coming through?
No.
No.
Damn
I'm
it.
sure that I saw Justin tumble over the guardrail.
And let's not forget Miss Tudor's allegiances. As a beneficiary of the Dragon Trading Company, she has every reason to confound this case in the defendant's favor.
That's not...
That's enough. This is a civil case, Mr. Cuthbert, not some murder mystery for you to throw wild theories towards.
There it is. Looks like you don't have a choice. You're gonna have to use your trump card. You have one piece of evidence that implies that this wasn't a simple accident.
the spell.
Are you sure about that, Your Honor?
What?
Justin Way's death was reported as an unfortunate accident. As a result, the city guard put minimal resources into the investigation. More specifically, there was no reason to call in the Arcane Inquisition.
What are you talking about now? Why would the Inquisition be... Don't you fucking dare!
Unlike the Arnak City Guard, I have a mage capable of casting Detect Magic. My bodyguard, Celeste McCoy, scanned the crime scene for magical traces, and she found traces of transmutation on the broken guardrail.
Traces of magic were found at the crime scene.
Don't
But
you
that
dare.
would make this.
A potential
Don't you dare.
homicide, Your Honor.
Don't you dare! This is ridiculous! The accident took place within an arcane refinery. Those traces could have easily come from the purification process.
Miss Steelwind, the traces were found only on the guardrails that Justin broke. We didn't find them anywhere else. We can't be certain of what happened, but it's clear that a mage used magic near the scene of the crime. Foul play may have been involved. So, my theory of another person falling into the vat is entirely possible. My client is not at fault for the guardrail breaking.
Considering this shocking revelation, there is still much we do not know about Justin Way's death. With that said, I had no choice but to suspend the trial of Von Sanctus versus Dracogen.
You had a feeling that would happen. Just like your other cases, this court won't pass a verdict until a culprit is found.
The court will give the Arcane Inquisition time to investigate the scene and these supposed magical traces. We will resume the trial in 2 days' time. The court is adjourned.
By the way-
It is not adjourned. I am just going to kill Mr. Cuthbert right now.
I just want to bring up something that I just realized.
Mm-hmm.
If Aster is the fiance of
Steelwind,
do you think she's the one that's been telling him about all the court cases with?
Oh my god, she totally has been, hasn't she?
Oh my gosh.
She's
Yeah.
the reason he's been geeking out.
I think you're right. She's been like venting to him every time she comes back, and he's just been fucking consuming the stories. Just, God, you wouldn't believe the day I've had. Ooh, tell me everything.
Ooh, give me the juicy deeds.
Yeah.
Deity.
I don't know if that is what's happening, but God, that's headcanon right now.
I don't want to talk about it, honey.
No, please tell me. Come on.
You'll feel better once you get it off your chest.
Well, at least we survived the first day. But it kind of feels like we're back to square one.
Yeah, the Inquisition will get involved. They know that magic played a role in what happened. If you want them to dismiss the case against Dracogen, you're gonna have to find out exactly what happened. If that's even possible. Ugh.
Hey, are you okay?
You feel a headache coming on? Yeah, I think I'm just tired.
Well, this day has been exhausting. It's pretty late. Should we just head back to the inn and continue the investigation tomorrow?
No. I want to take another look at the refinery before the Inquisition gets there. Ugh! The throbbing pain in your skull seems to disagree with you doing that.
Yeah, no, we're heading back to the inn.
Fine, really.
Tyrion, I know you're anxious about the trial, but you need to get some rest.
Celeste, it's fine.
It's not. You're going to overwork yourself.
Would you just stay out of my way? Again, your voice came out louder than you meant for it to.
Fine, whatever, do what you want.
This damn city. Being back here is really getting to you. That's all the more reason to get through this trial as soon as possible. The soreness in your head doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Perhaps she's right. Perhaps you'll be better off investigating the scene after some rest. How much you want to bet Iris is involved?
99.9.
If not in the case, in the very least, with Tyrion's headaches.
Like I said, 99.9.
98.5.
Another nightmare overtakes your sleep.
95.
You clutch the note tightly in your hands as you read it. I'm sorry, Tyrion. There were so many things that I wanted to tell you, so many things that I wanted to show you. But I'm afraid I can't do that now. I need you to be strong now. This world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving. But I've seen you. I know how bright the light is within you. Use my eyes. Peer beyond the divine gate as I once did. Use it to reclaim the future. Her eyes... I don't understand! Doesn't matter. All you have to do is stop the execution. If you can just distract the knights long enough, you can save her and run away. You'll have to abandon your home, but at least she'll be with you. As you sprint towards the gallows, a knight grabs your arm and pulls you back.
Hey, kid, you can't cross this point.
You
Hey, stop that!
fruitlessly try to break his grip by striking him with your bare hands, but he barely feels anything through his armor. You continue delivering blow after blow to him, but nothing. It does nothing. Your knuckles start to bleed. Irritated by your behavior, the knight pins you to the ground.
Kid.
You desperately struggle against him to no avail, and from this position you have no choice but to watch what's happening. What? Stop! You make eye contact with your mother one last time. Her body goes limp. You stare blankly at the hanging body. No, this isn't... Mom? You clutch her note tightly in your hand. You feel a comforting yet fleeting warmth from it. Mom!
Well, that's a Jojo Rabbit situation.
What?
Tyrion!
Very, very sad
Yeah.
movie.
It's pretty rough. I mean, it's mostly a comedy, but yeah, there's some pretty...
It's a comedy, but but the powerful moments are powerful.
Yeah. Celeste, you snap back awake. It was another nightmare. You notice that tears are streaming down your face. You quickly try to bring up your sleeve to wipe them away, but you realize Celeste is firmly gripping your hand. What? Why are you...
Sorry. You were shouting in your sleep. But you seemed to calm down a little whenever I held your hand.
Warm.
So I've been doing that.
Fucking.
Oh.
This is no longer a safe for work stream.
Tyrion, are you okay?
You're not.
You've been acting weird since we arrived in Oranax.
It's nothing.
It's not nothing! Does it have something to do with your mother? For the past 2 nights, you've been calling out to her in your sleep. Please, just talk to me. I'm your friend, aren't I?
You never even realized it. You didn't have many people in your life after you left RNX. You only had Miss Tamora, and she never wanted to talk about what happened. But Celeste, she's been there since you started your career. Of course she's your friend. It all happened a long time ago. We lived here together in that old house. My mother was a merchant and a mage.
Your mother was a mage?
But I guess that the gift of magic skipped my generation. I could never use it. About 10 years ago, my mother's business partner was found murdered. And they found traces of magic at the crime scene.
They thought that your mom did it.
Miss Tamora was my mother's defense attorney for the trial. She did everything she could to get her acquitted. But she could never find the real culprit. They found her guilty of first-degree murder. I tried to stop her execution, but... Your voice starts breaking. I'm sorry, Celeste.
What?
Coming back here has brought back so many memories. I thought that I'd already moved on from what happened. But if I could keep saving people as an attorney, then maybe I could put all of this behind me. But I'm back in Aranax, and those feelings are still so fresh in my mind. It's like I'm still the same powerless child from 10 years ago. I know that I've been taking that out on you. I'm really sorry.
Don't be. I get it. I know what it's like to lose someone like that.
She does, doesn't she?
When my dad was murdered, you were there for me. If it weren't for you, I would have still believed that he died hating me.
Celeste, Celeste slowly clasps your hand within hers again. It feels warm and comforting. Has this been the warmth you've been feeling for the last few nights?
So just let me be here for you.
You can feel yourself dozing off. You have to snap yourself back awake. Sorry, the last few nights have been a little tiring.
It's okay. Just focus on falling asleep. I'll stay with you for as long as you need me to. I'm also feeling pretty tired, though. I'll just rest my eyes a bit.
For the first time since you arrived in Aranax, you finally receive a good night's rest. The panning is gone.
And the painting is gone, yeah.
You wake up the next morning feeling well rested. You feel almost a little too rested. You feel really reluctant to leave the comfort of your bed. Celeste, are you there? Your hand feels warm. Aww.
Aww.
You can feel your heart stop. Celeste?
What do you want?
Her eyes slowly open as she wakes from her equally restful sleep. She drowsily scans her surroundings. Amazing.
I tell you two to get a room, but you already did.
Hey-oh! You both dart out of the bed.
So
You are...
you seem to be doing better. You're okay, right?
Hey, we are in a port city. It is literally a town of ships.
Hey!
Yeah. Thank you for last night. Poor phrasing.
Sushi.
All of you.
Oh.
Hello, are you there, Mr. Cuthbert?
What the hell?
Your soul nearly jumps out of your body. You suddenly hear Aster's voice, and it's extremely loud. You look around to see where he is, but he's nowhere to be found. Aster?
Thank the Scale Lord, I finally got through to the...
He's
to
doing
you two.
sending. He's sending right now.
What? Where are you?
Yo.
I'm using a spell to speak with you right now. I apologize for contacting you in this matter, but I was worried that something had happened to you two.
Right, of course. Anyway, what did you want at this time of day?
This time of day? Mr. Cuthbert, it's 3 in the afternoon.
What?
3 p.m.? You missed the entire morning?
Oh no, how horrible.
I hope everything's okay. Did something happen?
No, everything's okay. Anyway, if it's already this late, we should head over to the refinery.
Yes, the investigation. Let's do that immediately.
Celeste immediately power walks out of the room. You quickly follow after her.
We're heading to the refinery. Do you mind if I meet up with you two? There's something I'd like to ask you.
Sure.
Wonderful. I'll see you at the town square.
You quickly meet Aster in the town square while you walk to the refinery. You and Celeste walk to your destination with purpose. A little too much purpose. It's almost as if you're both trying to distract yourselves from something.
Wonder what that could be.
Every time you make eye contact with Celeste, she quickly glances away. Things are a little awkward, but you much prefer this over the tense mood between you two yesterday. Anyway, Aster, what was the spell that you used earlier? Let you speak with us without being there.
Oh, that was a conjuration spell. It's called Send Message.
I just feel a little uneasy that you can contact us out of the blue like that. More importantly, you're a little worried about what he might have seen.
Don't worry, the spell is perfectly harmless. I can give you the parameters if you'd like.
Unfortunately, I don't have the Discord message soundboard.
I do.
For the duration of this spell, the caster projects their voice to communicate with the target. Anyone within a 30-foot radius of the target can hear the caster's voice. The caster can also hear sounds close to the target, allowing for two-way communication. The target must be a person known to the caster. That person must also be conscious, otherwise the spell will fail. Alternatively, the target can be a subject, an object, that is attuned to the caster's magic. Wait,
Fortunately, I think I'm going to have to step out here because it's getting late.
Yep.
Alright.
Cheerio.
Have a good one.
So he had to have been in like 2 rooms down the hallway to send this. And then he decides, yeah, let's meet up at the town square. I'll meet you there, rather than like in the fucking hallway.
There's no range. It's anyone within 30 feet can hear the message.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my brain didn't.
The reason I'm sitting on this and kind of thinking right now is I'm really worried that Rika knows this spell. In which case, there's a lot of questionable decisions she made. If she knows that spell and that's one of her 2 spells, we're in trouble because
Wait, they didn't. The thing is, they didn't hear her.
No, they sure didn't. And if she knows that spell, they should have.
Or she should have used it at the very least.
At the very least. Not to mention, she should have fucking used it on her fucking friend, Justin. But you know. Looks like it's the only faculty. It only facilitates communication. He definitely didn't see the embarrassing state that you two were in. Celeste, you there?
Sorry, I had a window open in front of the dialogue box. By the way, I'm not trying to be rude, but why are you following us?
Oh, yes. I'm still trying to think of the proper method to ask you. But you both seem to be on edge at the moment.
What did you want to ask us?
Already told me about the traces of transmutation at the refinery. But the trial yesterday highlighted the significance of that. I can't simply stand by if I was witness to a murder.
And?
I join you on your investigation.
Why is he afraid of that? Is he just nervous?
I think he's just nervous. He's afraid that you're gonna say no.
Maybe. You're questioning his motives for a variety of reasons. He was the only other mage that was at the scene of the crime, and between him and Rika, you definitely trust Rika more.
Actually, wait a minute.
Alright, I see no reason why not.
Wait. Ignore if Rika knew the spell. if he saw that Rika was trying to communicate,
Why didn't
with-
he use it on Rika? That's
Like,
also fair.
yeah,
That's also very fair. I'm also just checking conjuration, okay. So if it was used on an object, then the object would have conjuration magic.
and there was no conjuration.
Not
You
on
know-
the walkway. We
Not
still
on the
haven't
walkway?
checked the office.
Yeah, I was just meaning as well, not like on the ground level
Mhm.
where he was supposedly standing.
Celeste shoots you a concerned look. You subtly gesture for her to keep an eye on Aster. She nods in acknowledgement. Aster is your prime suspect right now, and he has to be aware of that. But if you keep him close to you, you might catch some dissonant thoughts through the eye. You arrive at the refinery to see several knights from the Inquisition have already arrived. Hey, there he is. You glance at the damaged walkway and see Commander White there with a few of his knights. He seems to notice you too, but he only pays you a passing glance.
Oh, Mr. Cuthbert, I've been waiting for you. For quite a while, I add.
Right. Sorry about that.
I suppose you have your reasons. You've more than proven yourself worthy of my trust. Although...
Dracogen gives Aster a suspicious side glance. He appears to have come to the same conclusion that you did.
Well, you've given me little reason to doubt your judgment. I will leave the investigation in your capable hands.
Speaking of the investigation, where should we start first?
Now that we've gotten the Inquisition involved, we might be able to learn more about the magical traces at the crime scene. You look at Commander White, who is inspecting the walkway. He's probably your best bet for getting more information about the investigation. I suppose we can also talk to you.
I'm quite pleased with your work during the trial. I'm glad I put my trust in you.
Thank you, but we're still a long way from getting this case dismissed. And showing the possibility of a murder definitely made things much more complicated.
I see no reason to blame yourself. You merely played the cards that you were dealt. Honestly, I'm still trying to make sense of what happened.
Do you have any idea who the second victim might be?
I have no idea. But all my other employees are accounted for. I doubt that it was anyone who worked for me.
Then who was it?
To be perfectly honest, I'm a little concerned with how many unauthorized people were there that day.
He has a point. It seems strange that Justin, Rika, and Morrison were all there.
And Aster. Real quick, I just want to bring up. I love the range of characters I have in this case alone.
Mm-hmm.
I have the snooty rich guy, the hyper fanboy, and the childhood friend.
Who is also a Chunibyo.
Yes.
I got the prosecutor, and
You-
one guy who's probably not going to be coming back anytime soon.
You never know.
It's you two. And who's this?
You could probably take the Dockmaster as well, since we lost Bigfoot.
Fair.
Wait, the hell?
Please don't.
Yeah,
What the
there
hell
it is.
Are you two doing with the Crown Prince?
There it is.
What?
Ah. It appears my cover's been blown, as they say.
Oh, I love this music. So did he just say that you're the Crown Prince?
Yes, my full name is Aster de Wyvengard the Fourth, heir to the throne of Wyvengard. And I'm a conjuration mage.
This entire time you've been speaking to the heir of the throne?
I was hoping that it wouldn't come to this, but I guess...
Oh, sorry, Your Majesty.
Please, none of that. My fiance obviously wasn't exaggerating when talking about you. I would much prefer if you all just continue to call me Asta.
No, I could never.
You've never seen the commander this flustered before. Why did you feel the need to hide this from us?
I didn't want you to think less of me. I admire your work, Mr. Cuthbert. Which is why I was afraid you wouldn't speak with me if you knew the truth.
In a way, he was correct to assume that. A member of the royal family, he represents everything that you and Miss Tamora are fighting against. But he does look like a sincere and genuine person. At the very least, you haven't seen anything incriminating through the eye of Horus. Anyway, this complicates things greatly. Aster is your primary suspect, so if he did commit the murder, you would have to implicate a member of the royal family. A nobleman is one thing, but would it even be possible to convict the crown prince? Well, no matter what, you won't stop seeking justice. Doesn't matter who you're facing, be they man, king, or god. And princes aside, you came here to talk with the commander about the investigation. Since Aster is accompanying you, he might be more inclined to share details with you. I'm surprised that the Inquisition is even here. I thought you were all busy investigating Aster's missing ship.
Wait, you know about that?
The commander glances nervously at Aster.
We wanted to put more of our people there, but Lady Steelwind insisted that we focus on the Dracogene case.
As you should. I would much rather have you find justice for Justin Wayne. That's far more important than looking for some musty old ship.
Right. This kid for real?
Also, that emotion was interesting. Have you discovered anything about the magical traces here?
We did take a look at it, and it's definitely suspicious. The only rails with magical traces on them are these. And the fact we can still see them means they were left within the last 48 hours. It's looking pretty likely that someone used transportation on these rails that night.
It still doesn't make sense, though. Why would someone weaken these rails specifically?
I have no idea. I'm just as confused as you are. If this really is foul play, then someone knew that Justin or some other person would be in this exact place.
Has the Inquisition found any evidence to prove my theory?
You mean about a second person falling into the vat? Sorry, kid, but it ain't that simple. The body of that Justin fella sort of dissolved.
That's quite gruesome.
If another person had fallen in, their body would have dissolved too. But we could only find some bone fragments, blood, and a lot of metallic shards.
Have you been able to use divination magic to identify the bone fragments?
Yep, the ones we found all belong to Justin Way. No signs of bones from another person.
What about another vat?
There wasn't any evidence of another person falling in. Could your theory have been incorrect then?
Are you sure that you and
Oh,
Morrison
sorry.
saw...
Are you sure that you and Morrison saw a person fall into the vat, Aster?
Definitely saw someone fall up the walkway and break the guardrails. Though, thinking back on it, I didn't recognize exactly who that person was. Harbor Master and I were pretty far away. It wasn't well lit. You! Ow. Ow, that actually hurt.
Do you think the second victim's body fully dissolved? That might explain why we can't find any bone matter from them.
No, if my theory is correct, the second victim fell in minutes after Justin fell. It would make sense if the person's body fully... It wouldn't make sense if the person's body fully dissolved before Justin's. But why can't you find any bone matter of the second person? I'm thinking like homunculus or something.
Either way, Dracogen might want to hear about this.
I'm kind of thinking the same thing, Curb, because they sure did find a bunch of metal fragments.
Mhm.
I mean, I can understand some fragments from the guardrail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If the liquid is so volatile, how are you able to take things out of the vat? Pokemon?
No, the liquid isn't volatile anymore. When the harbor master and I reported what we saw, the workers poured some sort of alchemical solution into the vat.
Yeah, according to them, that solution neutralized the evocation magic in those chemicals. From what I hear, the magical liquid in these vats is usually blue. The solution that they poured in turned it green.
It was Bubbly's ink. And unfortunately, it was too late. They took the key that was also a knife. I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh my god,
I can't help myself.
Oh my god, they poured it in liquid yellow.
At the time it neutralized the liquid, Justin's body had already mostly dissolved.
If they hadn't neutralized it so quickly, we probably wouldn't have found anything from the victim.
It is yellow. I still can't believe that you're the crown prince this entire time.
I wasn't trying to deceive you. I was just worried you might treat me differently if you knew the truth. Orin?
Oh, right. Should I call Steelwind over here for you? She'll probably want to see you.
No, I think it's best if you don't.
Oh, I remember now. If you're the crown prince, that makes Prosecutor Steelwind your fiance.
Right, Lady Freyga mentioned that during the Nightgrave case. That's why the name Aster sounded so familiar. You saw it in her thoughts.
Miriam. She's caused me so much trouble by publicly revealing my marriage to Lady Steelwind. I'd hoped to keep it a secret for much longer.
For her sake, I hope.
Where is Prosecutor Steelwind, anyway? She always investigates these crime scenes herself.
She said she wanted to investigate the disappearing ship personally. She seemed really hell-bent on finding the people responsible.
Mm-hmm.
They did attempt to kidnap the Crown Prince, after all.
They stole my fucking yacht!
She must really care about you, Aster.
I feel like a lot of people are already missing the fact that we've already seen Arya Steelwind act like this before. But okay. Guys, you know what she's up to when she pulls all fucking resources out of something to investigate it herself. Come on! Whatever. Yeah.
No, I highly doubt that.
What?
Our marriage was arranged by our parents. She had no say in the matter, and I know that she only tolerates me for the good of our kingdom.
I'm sure she still cares about you.
No, I can tell by the way she behaves around me. Her hands quiver with rage, and she can't bear to look at me when I speak to her.
Damn. I can't believe she treats the Crown Prince like that.
She may be my fiancée, but our marriage is purely political. She endures so much because of her name.
I guess you aristocrats have your own share of problems.
Alright, well. Back to the cafe for now, I assume. Rika, are you here? Huh? Closed for today.
It looks like she closed the restaurant for today.
Since the Inquisition is involved now, they might have taken her in for questioning. I really wanted to go into detail about what we saw, but it looks like we'll have to go somewhere else.
Back to the refinery.
Town Square?
I assume?
Maybe?
Yeah, because we were supposed to go back to the refinery and talk to them.
Oh, there we go. VAT contents.
VAT contents.
Dracogen, we spoke with the Inquisition about what they found in the vat, and they could only find bone matter belonging to Justin. Well, that and several metallic shards.
What? That can't be right.
I know. I was hoping to find some hard evidence to prove my theory. We'll have to find another approach to prove it.
No, that's not what I meant. There shouldn't be any solid matter in those vats.
Are you talking about the metallic shards? I just assumed that those vats were some kind of magical byproduct.
No, the refinement process requires that everything in that vat remains a liquid. Solid matter would absorb the liquid's magical properties and taint the entire batch.
So those metal shards weren't supposed to be in there. Do you think they came from the broken pieces of the railing?
Possibly. We'll probably want to double check with the commander to make sure. This is definitely strange. You need to take a moment to work through all this. From what Dracogen said, there shouldn't have been any solid matter in those vats. We already confirmed that their bone matter they found came from Justin's body. But that leaves another question. Where did those metallic shards come from? Was thrown into the vat, maybe? A metal object was thrown into the vat.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Whatever that object was, it probably dissolved into the shards that Orm found.
That's the thing, though. The magical liquid in the vat was extremely volatile. It was destructive enough to reduce an entire human body to a few shards of bone. The vat liquid should have completely destroyed the metal object. The object would have been completely destroyed. We shouldn't have found any metal shards in the first place.
Right, but we did find them. How do you explain that?
I'm gonna have to hop off. Later, y'all.
Yep. Have a good one.
Bye.
Have a good one.
At night, something happened that prevented the metal object from being fully destroyed. The vat liquid was neutralized shortly after the, I think, accident was reported. Yeah, there we go. When Astor and Morrison reported the accident, the workers immediately neutralized the liquid's magic. They did this in an attempt to save Justin, but it would have also stopped the liquid from destroying anything else with the vat.
So that's why we found those metal shards.
And whatever that metal object was, it was only partially destroyed. That means that it fell into the vat around the time that Justin fell into the vat. If it fell a while before the accident, it would have dissolved completely. And if it fell after the accident, it wouldn't have dissolved at all. Furthermore, whatever the object was, it was probably as large as Justin. Could have been another construct.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Could have been another arcane construct.
Because that would explain, like, in that little, like, introduction thing where, like, the tight grip.
That also, Von Sanctus is also the house that constructs the actual arcane constructs, aren't they?
Yup. They are. Miriam.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sigh.
Do you think this metal object had something to do with the second victim? Maybe they were holding it when they fell in.
I'm not sure, but it's definitely possible. We should take a closer look at the metallic shards that Commander White found. Those shards might help us identify the second victim, if that person even exists. Back up! You. Shards, please. No? Okay. We just need to talk to you about it. Commander White, you mentioned that you found several metallic shards in the vat. Do you mind if we have a look at them?
Sure. Just don't get any bright ideas about taking anything. You'll also want to avoid touching them with your bare hands. The liquid is neutralized, but it definitely ain't good for your skin.
The commander motions to one of the Inquisition Knights. After a few moments, he brings back a large barrel filled with metallic shards. Jesus, that's a lot.
What? There were that many?
What could possibly have fallen into the vat? Well, I guess we should get started. You spend some time closely inspecting the metallic shards with Celeste. The shards are only the size of small rocks, and it's difficult to find any discerning features. Any luck on your end?
No, I haven't found...
Celeste?
I think I found something. I'm not exactly sure what, though.
Celeste pulls out a metallic shard with some sort of engraving on it. Unlike the other shards, this one looks far less damaged. The engraving on it looks like some sort of crest. Uh-oh! Uh-oh!
Uh-oh!
Oh, gamers.
That's the crest of House von Sanctus.
Isn't he the noble that's charging Dracogen?
Well, I doubt that Lord von Sanctus was the second victim. Aster, do you know who would have a house emblem like this? Normally, only the Lord's retainers would have emblems of his house. Well, I doubt that Justin was the one who had it in his possession.
Do you think one of von Sanctus's retainers fell into the vat that night?
It's definitely possible, but if that did happen, why haven't we heard about it? Lord von Sanctus would have the resources to keep something like that out of the public eye. The only way to know for sure would be to ask him ourselves. But even if we could talk to him, he would never cooperate with us. You glance at the prince. Someone of his station would have no trouble meeting with Lord von Sanctus. An idea begins to form in your mind. Unless... What is it, Mr. Cuthbert? Aster, do you think you could help us interrogate Lord von Sanctus? Really? You need my help?
Oh my
In
God.
this instance, it would be very difficult to speak to him by yourselves. But, as the Crown Prince, he'd be much more inclined to speak with you. Of course! I'd be happy to help! You might be overplaying your hand by utilizing Aster this way. You're still wary of the Prince, especially since he was one of the few mages at the scene.
Will this really work, though?
It's not ideal, but it's the only lead we have so far. But it still bothers you. Why haven't you found any bone matter from the second person? Maybe you're overthinking it. You should pursue every lead and see where it takes you. And to do that, you need to find out where Lord von Sanctus is. To the von Sanctus matter. I think we're gonna move here, and I think this is probably where we're gonna wrap things for tonight.
That's fair. We're starting to lose lots of people.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is getting good, though. I'm digging this so far. I'm genuinely surprised that things haven't gone even worse for us at this point, but I get the feeling it's only a matter of time. Like, all things considered, we haven't really had any personal attachment to anything from this case. The only...
Except Celeste.
Yeah, but she's not really involved in this case. That's very fair, though. There's been a lot of developments regarding, like, actual Tyrion backstory, which is interesting. But I guess the connection has been more the town than the actual case, which is interesting in and of itself. I'm just surprised that we haven't needed to defend anyone yet as a defense attorney that we actually kind of care about. But as mentioned, I have a sneaking suspicion that's very likely to change soon. But we'll see. Until then, thank you all so very much for stopping by. Take care.